Hey everybody, hope you're all having a good Tuesday. It is Tuesday, July 21st, 2026, and we are going to be doing CHANCHAI'S Dojo. We're going to get the dojo started in about 3 minutes. Right now, we just kind of get the stream started. We let everyone know what's up. But yeah, it's been an interesting week of Virtua Fighter. We just had a pretty eventful weekend in Virtua Fighter Land, and we're about to have another eventful weekend as well. In the previous weekend, we had in Japan had the really awesome team tournament, Tenjin Cup, and then also in the East Coast, we had the Beast in the East tournament, which is a really wonderful East Coast tournament. The St. Louis as well as the DC, Maryland, Virginia area were all really well represented at this event for Virtua Fighter. But this event has a lot of fighting games and dance games competitions, and so it's a really wonderful event and one that I think more people should pay attention to. I want to congratulate KNR on his big win there. But Jowo, though, a really strong player, as well as Setsuna, they both put in really great performances at this event as well. So congratulations there. And we've been having lots of leagues, including the dojo sessions. There's a few different new sessions that are happening pretty much almost every day now. And this coming weekend in Birmingham, in the United Kingdom, we've got Versus Fighting, which is going to be another VFOC qualifier. And speaking of that, really happy to confirm to everyone that yes, LA Gathering is a Virtua Fighter Open Championship qualifier as well. So that event in October 23rd and 24th are the official dates. We recommend that people come on the 22nd if they can. And if you want to come in even earlier, you can do that. There will be stuff to do, but the main sessions are going to be on the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th of October in Los Angeles, California. Technically in Manhattan Beach. It's not far from LAX, and it's a wonderful area. So that's going to be an amazing event. It was an amazing event last year. It's going to be an amazing event this year. I am a part of it, and we do our best to make sure everyone's just having a fantastic time. It's going to be awesome. Lots and lots of Virtua Fighter. And yes, now it's officially a Virtua Fighter Open Championship event. So one person will qualify to be flown in by Sega to Japan next year for the VFOC Championships. We believe this is not just simply a championship event. It's very likely probably going to be quite an event. Community oriented. Yes, there will be competition there, but I think there's going to be a lot of connecting between the players, between Sega, and I think there's going to have a whole lot to do with both Legacy Virtua Fighter as well as Virtua Fighter Crossroads. So we're very excited for that. All right, let's see here. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the support. We're making sure everything's going okay. I am going to just tell everybody in the Discord we are ready to go. Let's see. And we're going to go ahead and start the room now. So thank you all so much. All right, 7:30, that's the time. We know that a lot of people are ready to jump in as soon as possible, so that's kind of why I time it at the time. So let's see here. 16 players. We made sure it's the correct format. Code is 4565. We let everyone know that we're streaming, we're commentating. By the time you see this, the room should already be up. So here we go. All right, everyone, come on in. Let's have a good time. Thank you very much, K-Shar. It's really good to have you here, and I really appreciate you. Diva, thank you very much for the raid. That is a very well-timed raid. I appreciate it. Hope you'll be joining us tonight if you can. Evoid, good to see you. Kind of want to get a match. Let's get a game in with Evoid, because Evoid really wakes me up good. And then I'm going to jump in. Jimmy PKG from Hong Kong. Wonderful to have you here. Let's do it. We're going to try that connection. It is, but generally I have a pretty good connection there too. So I like that opening. Now he could do more. I hit the button too early. If you sidestep this move, you can't attack. That's why you gotta be careful. If I evade you, be careful about attacking. Very nice. This was intense. The code is 4565. So you can see the code is 4565. Please do try to get in as soon as you can because it does get filled up. I just stood up into it, but that was not the correct move to do there. There we go. I didn't mind getting hit by this because I will be like away from ring out. I was just like, I just don't want to be close to ring out here. Though with Kage, you're always close to ring out. You just have to make sure you never get thrown forward. I like this move. 6k plus G is such a good move. Very good 3P. Crush the throw choice. Very nice. Keep it up, Avoid. Avoid's options are getting tighter. That's good. And he's mixing up the half circulars. Also good. It's important to do with Kage. Alright. I like that meaty. That meaty was perfectly timed. Very good. Back throw is always good. Alright, if he chose to go low profile, that could have got me here. Because I went with the 4-4K. Alright, very good game. Very good. That was a really fun wake-up session. I'll let other people spar while we get this room sorted. I just wanted to, but when I saw Void was the first person in, I wanted to get that match in. So, Jimmy PKG with Blurring. Blurring, this is your chance. Jimmy PKG is ridiculously strong. Have a really good battle with Jimmy PKG. So, Jimmy PKG is a friend from Hong Kong. Really, really strong. He is a world-class player. He will never say that. He's very humble, but he's really, really nice, and he's very, very strong. Good to see you. Avoid, that was an awesome battle. I had to get the match in with you when I saw that was you there. All right. Awesome, K-Shar. I'm glad you're in the room. Duran Rio, welcome. Scrumptious, welcome. K-Shar, welcome. Incident, welcome. Bushido, Avoid. We have started, today starting off with a monster room. Everybody is really hungry for VF tonight. And we're definitely gonna let Jimmy be in this room tonight because I do want people to have a good experience fighting with Jimmy. It's a learning experience because whatever the connection is, and the connection seems fine, but whatever the connection is, Jimmy makes really good decisions. And everybody here, you guys, this list of people here, you guys want to get a good experience with Jimmy's Eileen. He makes very clean decisions. He'll cut to the chase. He'll do a very efficient answer very quickly. So if you keep trying to show him the same stuff, he'll crack it. But I always love my battles with Jimmy. I have to fight long sets with him. If I fight short sets, he'll blow me up very fast. If I play a long set, there's a chance I can catch up or find a way to kind of figure out how I can kind of work with his mindset. But it's so much fun fighting him. Like, his Eileen is very scary. It just cuts into you right away. It will crush you too if you're too blatant with your highs and lows, but it doesn't seek to crush. It's actually efficient. It's most likely to use a mid, but if he sees a tendency for like a high or low, he'll probably start to crush you pretty quick. So you have to just be very conscious about what you're throwing at Jimmy. So take this as a wonderful opportunity because not all of you get to fight Jimmy that often. So hey, Incident, so good to have you here. Hope you're doing great. We will probably start the league very quickly, to be honest, with how filled this room is, and then the rotation of players. We will probably start this. We'll start this room within less than 10 minutes. So to be honest, we'll probably do about 3 games and start. So let me double check the socials to see what people are saying. Let's see. But yeah, Jimmy, I'm glad you're here with us today. Yeah, it will be a bit tough for probably for Texas because it's Texas to Hong Kong. But focus on decisions, and um, I'm happy to have him in here today for the first few couple rooms here. Um, normally I do want to focus North America most of the time, but today I think there's an opportunity for with the room that we have right now. This is a really good session to have with Jimmy. So yeah, but yeah, probably want to go 5 or 6 delay in this set. So we're gonna do 2 more games before we start the league battle. Do set your delay settings so you can press triangle or the equivalent button. You go to options, game settings, set your frame delay to about 5 or 6. Um, it always picks the, and we'll recommend Jimmy do about 5 or 6. I think that's what he's probably at, but we'll see. I can't see what he's at unless I fight him. So that said, and yeah, that said, we'll have more people coming. We'll be rotating the rooms pretty quick. So this one I will start after 2 games. We'll go through that league. It would be about 25 to 30 minutes until the next league after that, and we'll queue up for that as well. So we're gonna go through the fast format again today. Hopefully, I'm hoping Love and DS Love and defense stance will be able to stick. The connection looks great, so I'd like to believe that's going to work out pretty well. I'm glad that right now everybody's looking pretty good for me anyways. So I think this room is pretty good. So again, this game, 1 more game after that, then we'll start the first league battle. Um, And also understand that the connection will be tough for Jimmy as well. However, you can see that he's able to play reactively and respond to things. So he's looking for a lot of cues as well. And he's going to make a lot, but focus on the decision making. We're going to treat him as a special guest for today for the first couple league battles. But your connection with everybody else should be pretty clean. So. Creative Dimwit is unfortunately unable to connect. I'm so sorry. Try again in about, I would say, about 35 to 40 minutes because we're gonna start this league battle soon after 1 more warm up battle, and then we're gonna do a and then we'll be queuing up again. And whenever we do that, some people go out, some people come back in, so it might work out a little better at that time. I'm really sorry for that. We do know that like 12 is kind of this number where it is rare for people to be able to jump in after 12, but there is. We've had 15, 14. We used to always have 16, but I think I don't think it's so much the easy anti-cheat as it is crossplay has some challenges, you know. And I do think Virtua Fighter is the type of game where it's actually a sharp and responsive game, and I think that gives it extra net play challenges, but we'll see. But that said, I've been enjoying all the matches that I've had with everybody here. So, all right, yeah, the 4-6P very very fast. K-Shar, keep it up. All right, Jimmy's might have to adjust the combos they're using against Akira. Very nice. Stay on defense. Stay on defense. So. The 2-1-4P is such a good move. Oh no, it's Love and D still having trouble getting in. You can do it. You can do it. I believe Love and D's is Devil Ray. So we're hoping Devil Ray will be in the room. Hope they can connect. Yeah, 9P is also it's so 9P. What does it beat? It beats low attacks. It also beats throw, right? Any attack will beat throw. So you're gonna have to mix up with like a high or mid attack if you have the advantage. If Eileen's doing 9P. Now that said, 9P is a slow attack. It looks fast. It's actually slow for what it looks like. And it doesn't instantly. It actually does crush fast, whereas 9K does not. All right, we're gonna start the next league battle. I know Love and D's. Love and D's, are you trying to make it in here? We'll see if you can make it in here, Love and D's. We'll do one more game to see if Love and Deez is able to come in, but I think it's going to be hard for her to get into this room. We'll do one more game, just one more game, and then we'll start. Okay. Let's try to start. Let's go ahead and start this at 12. Sorry, Devil Ray, try it again in about 25 minutes. In about 25 minutes, let's go ahead and start. It's all good. Getting blasted is part of the learning experience. Jimmy is incredibly strong. They are really, really strong. So Bushido's also really, really strong. So it's a learning experience for sure. I see. Such a delay. Okay, that's where the side steps come in. Very good. Using forward throw. All right, they went with back. That was a really good round. Good round, good round. Yeah, I can restart after this one, Devil Ray. I'll restart. It might confuse everyone, but I'll do it. Hey, Bomb Diggs, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, we'll restart this one. Bomb Diggs, no problem. Happy to give you advice on the fight stick as well. Edo Hana, hello. Okay, we're starting again. Okay. This is so that Devil Ray can join, okay? So don't worry, Jimmy. We're not like, this is not me kicking anybody out. This is just because Devil Ray has been able to get back into the room. So we're starting again. We do this because this is not a competitive league, it's a training session. Because it's a training session, I'm more flexible on a lot of stuff, including connection types and who can join the room. But I think it's for the better. I think it's just as a good community experience. And I'm just happy that the community can experience having you with us, Jimmy. So, and I really miss hanging out with you. So, and I still need to post videos from our hanging out. So, there's some fun ones. All right, you can actually punish. Now Pi or Eileen has got really good punishing ability because she's got 4 PPPK, so she can actually hit confirm like some punishes. Very good. I like the 9P. Good 9P commit. Yeah, there will be others after this. Yes. So don't worry, Edahana. There will be others after this. In about the queue time will be approximately about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, so here I'm trying to create time and space against CHANCHAI'S. I'm trying to find little moments that they're likely to hit into that's gonna work for me. So that's what this backdash evading is for. That's the 4 PPK. Best like 13 frame Punisher in the game. Now this one, I felt like that my timing was gonna be pretty good. So what do I mean by that? My timing was likely going to be like that I was gonna tech roll before they were ready because I saw them try to finish a combo that was not gonna work. So sometimes when you disrupt people's combos, you can kind of get a sense when that'll happen, and that a lot of times that's where a lot of people are likely to make errors on their Okizeme. And because of that, you can kind of sometimes you can get up quicker because you think that they're gonna be late. Good, very nice. I like this 9K. There we go. So I like that they switched, that they recognized the situation and they defended there. Because that was another case where a lot of times I'll get that free attack in because I woke up quick and they didn't defend. Good. Good. Very good. It's really good. This is it. Yep. That was an intense battle. I found a moment. I found an opportunity. That was an awesome battle, CHANCHAI'S Fit. You did a really good job turning around round 4. And then in round 5 I found my one moment that I needed to, like, where there was an error. And what's the error? That I was able to side counter hit them with the crumple attack. That was a really good battle. So CHANCHAI'S Fit played awesome there. It was just one error in the very final round that cost them, but they were maintaining good control and pressure, and so yeah, it's good. Hey, move quick! I'm doing really well. It's so good to see you there. Yeah, don't worry. I like the loud good evening. I like the loud good evening. All right, Jimmy PKG. You guys can watch Jimmy PKG blow me up. I have to fight him like 20 times before I start winning. So. Okay, that would have beaten. I wanted to throw. I hit throw early, but it doesn't matter. The 9P would have beat me regardless. So 9P is good. He's like, you're gonna lower throw. You can't do that against me. I like this delay 9P is so good. He synchronized his timing. That was really good. I like the force guess that happens off the single 1 P plus K. There's actually a good guess going on there. Oh, good game, Jimmy. Good game. I'm glad I took the first one. That's pretty rare. So, good game, my friend. Always a good game. It's so much fun fighting you. Now I have to do point race with Jimmy. Very scary. And Bushido's going to get his revenge game against me, too. No, I'm sorry, Devil Ray. We'll be queuing back up in about 25 minutes. 20 to 25, about 25 with this size. So sorry, Devil Ray. Okay, so sometimes when there's somebody that has disconnected already, you're gonna get a message in your match like disconnected from other player. It doesn't mean that you disconnected. It means the other player is no longer active in the session. It's a confusing message. All right, here we go, Rio. I'm gonna fight hard because I'm in a point race with Jimmy, I think. Nah, I shouldn't. This should be training. Let's do training matches. Very nice. Always a clean one, as long as they don't block, right? If they do anything but block. Good. Good. I like that. Alright. So Leon's sidekick is really good because he gets good advantage when it hits, especially if it crouch hits. If it crouch hits or counter hits, you're in the Itaku, and it's a good one. So you got to be very careful. Very good. Very good. Keep it up, Rio. Oh, that should have been guaranteed, but I didn't buffer it properly. Very good. Oh no. Good game, my friend. Good game. Good game. Keep it up, Rio. Good game. I use the force field, right? Backdash 8K is like my force field. So, however, you can whiff punish it if you have the right. Like Jackie, if he anticipates something like that, stay out at spacing, and if you expect to see the mistake, then you can do like 4K plus G, but the timing's a little tricky. But the 4K plus G moves you forward and gives you a combo. So stuff moves like 4K plus G are good for that, but you have to like really expect that they're just gonna fish, and so it's like the anti-fisherman fish. Yeah. Very good game, Rio. Very good game. Delray, no, I definitely understand about the heat. Also, I hope you and Lord BBH are drinking good water. I hope all three of you guys and the cat. I hope you're all staying hydrated. The air quality is bad today, and I know that when the air quality is bad, it's extra rough for you. So please take good care of yourselves. Um, if you guys are in an area where there's a lot of smoke, because that's happening throughout the country, please stay hydrated, drink water, it helps you. Um, Try to be around filtered air. It's not so horrible here in Portland, but it is bad. Like we're at like 89 to 100 AQI right now. I look to see how my friends in Seattle are doing. They're around 60 to 50 to 60. That's pretty okay. Normally in Portland, we're at about 25 AQI 20, and it's wonderful when it's like that. So it gets very noticeable when we're hitting close to 100. Yeah, so the heat does suck, and then the smoke doesn't help either. So we get both of those. Oh no, do we have a stuck battle? Do we have a stuck battle? Is that what's going on? No, they're fighting still. Evoid is still fighting, okay. Evoid, you guys okay? Evoid is still in the room, right? Yes, they are, okay. Oh no, so, okay. Looks like we're gonna restart the battle. Devil Ray, are you in here? She is. Okay, I think she is. All right, looks like we're gonna restart the league battle. All right. Let's see what happens. I might have to start. Okay, the room did restart. Okay. Yeah, go. Let's do a warm up battle. See how this goes, and then we'll do a league again. We'll start a new league after this. All right. All right. Jimmy PKG took the break. I think he saw that we had a crash out. Jimmy, thank you very much. If you rejoin, you are welcome here. But I love fighting you. I love training VF with you. And I like hanging out with you in person too. So, I know. That said, reach out to Jimmy. He's really nice about it. Reach out to Jimmy. He's very, very nice about it. All right, Love and D's, you're in the room. Wonderful. Okay, we're gonna do 2 games, or we're gonna do 1 game. After this game, we'll start a new league. Good games, Jimmy, and thank you very much. I do want you to be here, but it's okay because the connection might be rough with you. But it is wonderful sparring with you. Going to work now. Okay. Have a good day at work. I guess that worked out. No pun intended. But Jimmy, you know I love hanging out with you. You know I love playing VF with you. So I'm happy that you're here. Guibert, wonderful to have you. After this game, we will start the league battle again. And let's hope it all works out much better this time. Have a good day at work, Jimmy. Yep, Edohana, you made it in time. Yes. Edomai, hell yeah. That's right. I haven't seen the name Edomai in a bit. Keishar, very nice. Akira. I don't know if Keishar, you're not Karasuba, are you? Either way, it's cool. It's good to have you here. All right, we're gonna start the league battle. It was real honor though fighting with Jimmy PKG. All right. Hey Cruz, so good to see you. Yes, I hope the Golden Lover is doing well. You can talk to me all about it here or message me more. I want to hear more about how that's going. I know that you made an adjustment. One of the big adjustments Jimmy made was using capsule top, because capsule top goes really well with grommet levers. So Korean levers use a grommet, not a spring, and the capsule top is nice for that. I always like his choice there. Yeah, he's not going to go for low throws, is he? Very good. All excellent choices here. Yeah, I self-ring out because I 8K'd and he kicked me. So, always a risk when you try to do like a crush move or a hop attack. Almost ducked in time. Awesome, keep it up. So you've been working on your Sarah? Excellent. Oh, that's new. That was intense. Very intense round. That was intense. Good game, Guibert. So Guibert is going to be hanging out with us in Portland this weekend. We're very excited. already got confirmed some people that are able to join us. So we're gonna have a wonderful weekend. It's just a Saturday. It's a busy Saturday, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm excited to have you with us in Portland, Squeebert. We're gonna play lots of VF. We're gonna go to burgers quite a bit. We're gonna go to a couple favorite places here. We're going to JOJO. JOJO's amazing. So JOJO has really good JoJo's. They also have really good chicken sandwiches. But for me, it's the JoJo's. Like, honestly, I love like fried chicken and all that and chicken tenders, but I go there really just to eat the JoJo's. It fills me up. It's so good. There's also PDX Sliders. We're gonna take you to PDX Sliders, which is a pride of Portland. All right, we're doing that. Yeah, you can use charge attack against Bushido. He likes to evade too. But that was good. Let's see. I don't like making mistakes. Made errors. I need to rotate my arcade stick here. That was rough. Why do I do that? I don't know, but that was good. This is really good too. That thing is so slow. I let go of guard right there because I thought it was the other kick, and I need to pay attention. All right, here we go. Oh, that's ring out. No, he almost had it. That was good battle. Good battle, Bushido. Good battle. So, Bushido and I we almost always are working on very similar things. Right now, we're both working on keeping our game very compact. He did that before I did, and then I feel like now in the fights against him, I have to keep it very compact. Because a lot of times we do like to evade, punish, or swing, and nowadays we try to. So now we know that when we fight each other, it's like really compact battles. And that said, for Leon, the good thing for me is that I get to use 11 frame jab if we're playing it compact like that. The scary thing with Taka sometimes is something like neutral or like 6xp, right? Or if he can just at least get a couple, be a step ahead of me on the neutral, that's pretty rough because then it's like a downward spiral. But if I just keep it compact and defensive, then it's a little more it could be more frustrating. But if Taka just gets some good guesses, it's really hard. So it's an interesting battle, and we're both working on this matchup even more now on this compact aspect of it. All right, that was Leon's move cheating. It does do that. I hope you can make it, Devil Ray. Like, I really want you to be able to make it with Weaver's in town. But yeah. I think you're going to have a lot of fun throwing axes. Because so our Virtua Fighter session is going to be at Portland Axe Throwing. And over there, you get to throw axes, shovels, shuriken. It's really cool. Like, and the owner is awesome, and he's gonna join us tonight. He's really wonderful. I do consider him a real life friend now, so. All right, cool. Guibert let you know what dojo. Okay, awesome. Very, very cool. All right, here you go. Incident. Good. That was beautiful. I like the throw choice here. Oh, I like all three of those choices there. Break the guard with the Okizeme. And then even when they guarded, it was really good decision here. Applied pressure and then throw was really good. Good battle incident. I always like the Jeffrey training. I need all the Jeffrey training I can get, and it's really helpful. He always gives me Jeffrey training every week, and I love it. So thank you. Oh, thank you. It's an intense fight. So Jeffrey traditionally gives me a lot of hard time too. So that's another case where I did the same thing as like against Bushido, kept it very compact. Try to make it a fight where the 11 frame jab works for you. But it's easy to overrate speed though, but I mean speed is super important. But 11 frame jab is really good, but it has to win on speed, and it's not going to win on trade. And trade can happen whenever there's whenever the players go into delaying. And you know, once, like if I go into delay, now we're both in delay, and the chance of me winning the thing is a little harder. But sometimes sticking out that jab, and as long as it makes contact, then a second jab is not too bad, unless it gets there is answers. You can still like crush it to a degree, and some people have direct things that just beat like high punch. But right now in these matchups, I'm trying to use it more to try to just stabilize the fight a bit, and to kind of see what they do and try to make the decisions. Try to offset the opponent's decision making. Like what they wanted to do on the first decision is now being made on the second or the third, and I think that's pretty tough for them. That is the advantage that an 11 frame jab can help with, but it's really scary if somebody is ready for that 11 frame jab and blows it up. So very good. Keep this up, K-Shar. Nice. Nice. I like the evade throw. Very good choice. Very good. This throw was important for you to do. I'm making the Okizeme harder for you. So that is the tricky part for you, is doing Okizeme against the way that I do my wake up. KHR plays very good though. We're doing a lot of little fuzzies here. Haha, I bet you didn't expect this one, right? This is one of my fun tricks. Leon has a Sabaki. So like when I do this dance, that's a Sabaki. It's Sabaki's high punch. So it will Sabaki PK, it'll Sabaki PP, and 4-6P, which were all the three things you were doing in this situation, right? The other thing for you is if I do like evade into throw, right? Like this. That's going to be probably the tricky thing for you. Bunk. Sorry, I hope you don't mind me doing the training fight. Very good. All right, that's the one. But I just wanted to see how what your approach would be if I did this. Very nice. All right. Good game, K-Shar. K-Shar, you have a very nice Akira. It's a very, very, very nice Akira. So I really enjoy the sparring with your Akira. Keep it up. Uh, no, but you have a good Akira. Don't worry. Just building experience, just seeing stuff, right? But you do a lot of stuff very sharply, right? I like a lot of your use of the moves and stuff like that, and I like the way that you're sidestepping. But I'm also showing you stuff that happens beyond it, so our sidestepping gets more complicated, right? I'm showing you sidestep throw, and I also showed you when I would bait your sidestep with the PK, and then I do Sabaki because I think you're gonna do PK, PP, or 4-6P. And so I was like, oh, this is the problem with high punch. So, but you can change up to dashing elbow or low punch, and it will change that. So keep it up. Very good. It's always good with Ray. Hey, Chili Piquin. Yes. Very good to see you always. This is a really fun fight with Rayblade. Yeah, 9K does a lot for... is really good in this matchup. Alright. I like that the uppercut one. It's a battle of wills. Battle of wills. Almost. I thought it would be a delayed kick, so I actually delayed the Sabaki. I thought he would go for low here, but he knows that I'm like worried about the low. It's very smart. So. Thought he would do the low kicks throw, but this does just as much damage. Good battle, Ray. Always so much fun. Always intense battle with Ray. Whew. So incident, Evoid says to incident, I wish closest VFOC to me is in Atlanta. Don't think I can swing it though because of work. Oh man, I really wish you can go to LA Gathering. Yeah. That said, if you can't make it to LA Gathering, there is a 1-day gathering in Ohio on August 1st, so next week. That's probably hard to do on a week's notice, but man, Ohio Gathering next week will be really awesome. This year, probably more local event. Next year will probably be a more national type of event. But I'm excited for what those guys are doing. All right, Scrumptious, here we go. Nice. Nice. Very good conversion. All right, you have really good conversions. All right, this should ring out. This should ring out. Nope. All right, well, I got the ring out, but so, Captain Insano shows no mercy, right? Very nice. I like the 6-2K. Good battle, Scrumptious. Good battle. I like so much of what I see in Scrumptious's wolf. It's a very strong wolf. It's measured. It has really good conversion. I can follow the logic of what Scrumptious wants to do with the wolf for the attack, so that's why it worked out for me in this game. The 6-2K was really cool. The 6-2K just like wham got me down on the ground right away. I really like that. But there's a lot of good stuff. There was a lot of good skill check stuff happening in our fight. So I'm looking forward to more battle, Scrumptious. Thank you very much. So much skill check stuff happening in our fight. So I like it. Incident, you're planning to make lag if everything works out. I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah, Scrumptious, keep it up. Like I don't want to gas you up. I'm just but I see lots of really good stuff. And I see all like the ingredients for like really strong, like for a very strong play. So the more we fight, the more I get to see what your wolf brings. But I really like what I saw so far, and that's why I fought it very like why I fought pretty hard on you. Was I'm like, okay, I'm seeing quite a bit of stuff here, like like damage not going to be a problem for Scrumptious, right? Certain decisions, it's like if I made a mistake there, I probably would have gotten blown up pretty good. My instinct telling me that I better be careful that I might get wrung out, so I got to be a little careful. I didn't see like super strong positional play, but I saw enough to make me worried. You know, enough to make me go, I might get wrung out here. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate all you. I appreciate all your support. Thank you so much. All right, Phaser Cat. Here we go. Nice. Make use of our counter hit pokes. I have an idea of what would help Phaser Cat games. Let me see. I can see some of the differences in our skirmish here. Okay. I'm gonna let them have this round, but nice. Very nice. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to go off and I'm going to start working on the things that I see. It's really good. I always get messed up by that one. All right, good games. Okay, so what can I see? I think Phaser Cat Games is very strong on a lot of stuff, but right now their game is still built a little too much on the attack pressure. If what that means is when you see Phaser Cat Games does well is if they can get the hit in or they can disrupt the opponent and then they kind of string along attack choices after that. That's where they're strong. What could improve? There are some choices that they could start doing things like evade after low kick hits, if it's just the low kick, or like it gets evaded or it gets guarded. So when they whiff or they get blocked, sometimes they guard pretty okay. Not the best. Like sometimes they just abari or guard. And I think some of those cases, if they start improving their movement options, their defensive movement options, I think that's where Phaser Cat Games would see a lot more strength because I think they will see that they'll gain more opportunities from like sidestepping the counterattack. So if they start implementing sidestepping a little more in certain key places, I can see them being much stronger. That's what I see when in the fights with Phaser Cat Games. And I'll message them about that. Don't hit a wall. Okay. Okay, we can test out CHANCHAI'S fits spacing. Almost. I hit a direction. Ooh. All right, good stuff, CHANCHAI'S fit. What did I feel? Right now, sidestepping is still a very good option against CHANCHAI'S fit in key places, and that's not bad. It's just that's the risk and reward for the attacks Eileen's doing. So the adjustment for that just means either it's just got to be a little bit of a different attack in certain spots or mix up if you think the opponent's going to sidestep. Um, Part of that exists though because there a lot of the attacks they like to do are stuff that's very evade punishable, and that doesn't mean you don't do those moves. It means that if your opponent is sidestepping, you got to be mindful of that, and you got to mix in either throw or you mix in moves that are safe to sidestep, like single jab. That's why you see high level that they're mixing in the single jab, is to kind of mix that up and make sidestepping less of a good option. Another approach, of course, is to just delay a bit more, just like crouch dash into attack and just do a safe one, like crouch dash into a safe attack, crouch dash into her 3P, something like that. And that will get somebody off of sidestepping. Uh, Eileen is not weak against sidestep. It's just that the way she play can be because some of the biggest openings against her is to sidestep and disrupt her cancel game, and also punish if she does anything that's kind of big. So it's one of those where you just start to get a sense like, oh, being able to keep track of your opponent sidestepping you is like a really big it will improve you a lot, but it's hard to respond to that. And so then it's recognizing that they're sidestepping and then recognizing like things you can do to kind of make that a bad idea for them to sidestep. And generally the way you make a sidestep feel like a bad idea is delay attacks one way, throw is another. But you need to be able to be good at both. Throwing requires more timing though. Like throwing, needs really precise timing. You can't hesitate the timing. You got to time it just about right. But if you have it, it's really strong. It's actually probably the best, but it doesn't feel like the best when you're developing your skills, because if you're late, it sucks, and if you're early, it sucks. Um, Delay attack feels very strong for a beginner and an intermediate and advanced, but delay attack also has its counters, because then the opponent starts doing like dash into evade, right? And that becomes too strong if you're doing, and that's when you have to switch to throw, right? But delay attack is very good. So right now, mixing any of these and mixing the half circular, Eileen can do all of it. Well, Eileen doesn't really have half circular game. What she has is like super fast full circular game, right? And so Eileen can't play the half circle game the way that some other characters can. She can, but her delay attack is very scary. Her delay attack and her throws are good. Her sweep is good. Her full circulars are good. What's the problem with the full circulars? Getting crushed, like low full circular, high full circular, right? Then they both can be crushed. She doesn't do like super fast mid full circular, right? That's like the ideal. If any, that's why Jackie's 4-6K plus G is so good. It's like fast mid full circular. We're going to do lots of close quarter training with Rio. They're going to improve as we fight this, but, you know, this is actually how I like to fight against Jackie, though, but that was good. Keep it up. So the thing is, you see attacks, but a lot of my attacks are coming after Jackie attacks. And that's the key to fighting Jackie close quarters, is that there's a lot more defensive options happening than it looks. And the reason being because one of the strongest techniques against Jackie is you block a mid and you crouch dash. Yeah, right here, very good choice to throw, because throwing will make it harder for me to move. Harder for me to do what I'm doing, like just mixing it in. Good. And this is delay P. Look, the delay P4K, really good. All right, really good stuff. I hope you enjoyed like that fight. I gave you a very hard time, but I was also but the thing is, in this case, I'm not saying that your close quarter combat is weak. Your close quarter combat's not weak. I can feel that you want to improve it more, so that's why I give it to you. So Rio, that's why I give it to you, because I know that I think you want to improve it even better. Your close quarter combat's pretty good. That's what, but I'm like, I know that we can train it. So I know that I can still help you do even better with it. So that's why we work at it. So keep it up, keep it up. The thing about Jackie's close quarter combat is it's very moral. It's very like honest, because Jackie doesn't really crush much. I mean, he can, but whenever he crushes, it doesn't feel like as amazing as when he would rather get you to delay and then blow you up there, like when you choose to attack, but then to like crush you. He doesn't do crush, right? But that's why it's a lot of fun doing the Jackie and Leon's like close quarter combat fighting. It feels almost like Kali. It feels like a cool military combat movie. So yeah. Okay, Karasuba is using frame delay 6. Sounds good. The setting, yeah. Oh, that's it. This is the risk. This is the risk right here. Almost. I thought I could sidestep, but I'd already evade canceled, so no, I cannot. Alright. That was beautiful. I like that. Oh, and is that guaranteed? That's so cool. If that's guaranteed, that's sick. If this is guaranteed, that is sick. Like, that is really sick. Okay, Karsuba, yeah, frame delay 6, it just means that, like, if the other opponent, it'll always pick the fastest. So if the other opponent doesn't do frame delay 6, it won't, but I appreciate you using frame delay 6. That's a ring out. Good one. Very nice. Very nice. And yes, use the safe way to ring them out. Don't go overboard. Don't ring yourself out. Man. Good game, my friend. Good game. Always good battles, Evoid. Intense battles with your Kage. So Creative Dimwit said VF feels like understanding core systems as a base recipe and your character's special flavor of ice cream. It is, yes. Been playing Aoi matches and the feeling of defense is so satisfying. She feels really... If you can read your opponent, Aoi is like insanely satisfying. But the base makes it better. I agree with all that. Let's see. And Evoid says, yes, that roll, good games. Yes, that roll into P plus K after the kick Sabaki's guaranteed. That is so awesome. It's so cool. It's like really, really cool. All right, Edomai, let's see. Will be nice. All right. I like the choices. I like the throw choice there. That was a really good fight. That was a really good first round. Keep it up, Edomai. Keep it up. This move is so good against Vanessa, against Sarah if I can land it. So right now I'm using this spacing. There. Good stop. You can always guard when you move forward, so like moving forward into guard is still a very good option here. This game. Like this here. Nice. 9K is a good one. Good. Yes. Use throws. And her neutral throw is a good one, so. Excellent. I like the throw choices. So Ring out. All right. Good fight, Edomai. Keep it up. Good fight. Keep it up. It's very nice, Sarah. Very, very nice, Sarah. I'm glad you've been working on this, Sarah. All right. I think Devil Ray got me pretty good the last time we fought, too. Let's have a really good battle here. Let's have a very good battle. Nice. I like that. Throw so good. Very good choice there. All right, let's do this. So right now, she's not going to create tempo, and that's good. We'll create pace. Nice. Oh, good game, Devil Ray. Good game. Always good battles. Thank you so much. All right, that was a lot of fun. Duran and Edomai having an epic battle right now. Good stuff. Keep it up. Keep it up the training. That should be an exciting battle, those two. CHANCHAI'S and Phaser Cat Games also having a good battle. All right, no problem. Yeah, take good care. Stay hydrated and really take good care of yourself. The air is not good. So yeah. But thank you so much for support. Thanks for joining, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you this weekend on Saturday. Really excited for this Saturday. So. It was very, very fun and intense. It'll be fun to play one with Ray here. For the rights to fight Bushido if he stays. We are now queuing up for the next league battle. We will start the next league battle at the 55-minute mark. That gives people time to get a brush, get some fresh air, use the restroom, get a snack. Very good. Boom. Complete ownage. All right, yeah. Cool off, rest well, Guibert. We're looking forward to seeing you this weekend. It's going to be so much fun. Jin Claw's going to be there. I'm so happy that he's confirmed. There's others too, but I'm really glad that Jin Claw's going to for sure be there. Thanks for reminding him, because the hard part is like we have this like mix of groups of people and communication. So some people it works better to like private group DM them, but Discord has a 10-person limit. So Jinclaw is like not in that group because I usually just message him, and I forgot to message him when I messaged that group already. So, but I'm so glad that yesterday he reached out and is like, oh yeah, like isn't like Gleebird in town? It's like, yes, he is. Oh no, 2 scoops. Nice, I like that sidestep. That's not the move I wanted to do. Oh, good game, Ray. That was so much fun. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Jin is awesome. Jin's Claw is a really great guy. I'm glad you two go way back to Soul Calibur 2. Um, he was really excited that you're coming to town, so really excited. It's gonna be great. Hey, Dusty and Moth, good to see you. It's going good. It's going good. Hope you're doing really well. Um, yeah, hope everything's good with family, and be great to have you here if you're available. That said, also, yeah, it's really good to see you, Dusty. Where the DMV Sarah's at, yeah. Splash Breeze, so good to have you here. I'm gonna put myself on spectator. I'm gonna sit this one out probably. Thank you very, very much. Really good to have you here, Splash Breeze. And Black Phantom, thank you very much too. Really good to have you here. I hope you're doing really well, Black Phantom. Great to see you again. I see. So having trouble getting into the room. It's a tough one. I don't think it's on. Well, okay. Sega made the game. Sega built the netcode. Yeah. But yeah, it's probably having a rough connection with someone. I get it. I'm sorry, man. That said, I'm excited for this Saturday. And let us know if you guys definitely are doing Friday or if you're gonna take Friday off for Saturday. Because it's okay if we decide to take a break on Friday. Because actually Friday I'm probably gonna be out. Friday we're probably gonna take my daughter out for her birthday. There's like a lot of birthday celebration on top of an out of town guest, so it's kind of the way this weekend's going for me. But it's gonna be a really fun but super busy weekend. I see. So Car Service says overall, I want to at least see everyone in VF6 at least have a better option on string mix-ups. Well, I think the strings in this game are interesting for the way the game's designed, but we'll see. We will definitely see how they do string attack design in VF6. It could be very different. We are seeing interesting options from some though, like the fact that we saw Wolf go from screw hook into a catch throw is super interesting. So we'll see what they do with the string mix-ups and combinations. That might actually be part of their design decision for Crossroads. I wouldn't bet on it, but I would say it's very possible, and we see clues that there might be really interesting things coming out of strings in Crossroads. So we'll see. I mean, it's a way to show off more of the dynamic blocking as well. So, and more, and it's also, I mean, the other thing is that strings might have a role if they're if you break the opponent. So if you break the opponent, I'm wondering what will happen with strings. Suddenly, do some strings become like less blockable? Or are they actually stuck on guard because their arm is broken? We'll see. we'll see what happens if there are effects like that. Flow guard though, we'll see as well, because maybe flow guard wants to block all the strings. Maybe if somebody does do a string, maybe flow guard makes you want to block more and more of it, so you can blow, you can really like power them back. And so we'll see what these momentum mechanics end up doing, and we'll see if strings have a role with that. I'm very curious myself. K-Shar says, should I try ranked or stay in the lobby? It's totally up to you. I'm happy to have you in this lobby. I think it's great to be in the lobby and then go into ranked, but it's really up to what you really want to do. You're always welcome to hang out with us in the chat too, but I think this is a really good room. I think you got B Ninjas joined the room. We got Sonicon is in the room. Splash Breeze in the room. So we've got a nice mix too. I recommend staying in the room, but if you're really hungry for ranked and this is the ranked peak time that that's fine, because ranked definitely has peak and valley times. So yeah. Definitely would love the VF1 to 5. I want VF2 style. I want to see a stylized Virtua Fighter 2 style model, but that said, I don't know if we're going to see the quote unquote gimmick models or the retro style models. That's not really gimmicks, quite a bit. I don't know if we'll see retro style models in the first year, because I think this game is really creating new identity. But we'll see. It's, it's never stopped Sega before. Sega has often had VF1 style models ever since VF4. So we probably will. But I feel like those are things that you could add in on the second or third year to really spice things up a bit. And I think it also hits like a certain audience that wants to be more devout to the brand. And that's why I think of season 2 or season 3 with those kinds of things. But we'll see what they decide to do. Because I definitely want them. I'm just like, should they do it right away? I think I want to see. I'm not sure what to expect for costumes on this game. I don't know how intricate the models and the rigging is. I don't know if that I don't know how much work is going to go into making new costumes, but I want more. We definitely want customization. We want a lot of it. I just don't know what's reasonable to expect. But you know what? Yakuza games, like a Dragon games, have tons of items and costumes. So, this team has people that do it. So let's see what they show. All right, Dusty had also said, been taking your advice you gave. Didn't know it also translated into Grand Blue. I'm happy to hear it does. So I've been trying to use option selects and setups to get better at having confidence without needing to confirm the hit. Okay, so commit. You mean just like committing to decisions? Yeah, because my main advice was that just to make a commitment. A lot of people want to do things without commitment. They want to wait for things to be perfect and right. But this game specifically is a game where you make stuff happen. You make your opponent deal. And when you make your opponent deal, you influence their decision. When you influence their decision, you have a chance at making a better decision than the one they're probably going to make. If you let them, like, put it this way, if you're waiting for your perfect moment and they're waiting for their perfect moment, a lot of times nothing happens, right? Because a lot of times other people like to do it too. But you guys see me apply pressure to people, and that doesn't come from not trying, and that doesn't inherently just exist. It's something I build up. We're going to do one more game. After this game, we will start the next league. So committing is really huge in Virtua Fighter because pressure is very powerful in Virtua Fighter. Pushing your opponent to make a decision is the essence of the mix-up. The mix-up is about pushing your opponent to make a choice. And it's like, which one are which pain are you going to take? Which pain are you going to tolerate? Which pain are you going to ignore? And this game really rewards that. So yeah. And I do think game like Granblue, from what I've seen, there's definitely a lot of like applying a kind of pressure, kind of a release valve kind of thing too. And that there are guesses. So yeah, so keep it up. That said, option selects do help. So yes, option selects help you feel comfortable in that space. So definitely, if you know them and if you're already working on them, 100%, yeah, apply them. It'll help ease the pressure. It can be a release valve for you. Took you to A rank. I'm happy to hear that, which is the equivalent of name rank. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that, and keep it up. Throw break. It would be nice if the command list lists the throw break. Yeah, just to kind of make it clear. Yeah, that's definitely a good. That would be a good change. Good improvement in explanation. All right, we're gonna start the league. Is everyone here? It looks like they are. Good luck. Have fun, everyone. I'm gonna be watching your matches. We might be watching. We might be following Karasuba or CHANCHAI'S vid. But we'll see. Yeah, Keisha, enjoy. Let's see. I'm looking forward to seeing your battle here if you're still here. Keisha is here. Awesome. Karasubajin versus CHANCHAI'S vid. But yeah, retro models would be really cool, but I feel like that's like a I feel like there's so much establishing the identity and there's so much new stuff and so much immersive stuff with Crossroads that's why now I'm like that, you know, a lot of time is going to be devoted towards establishing what is this game, what's so cool about it, what are all the cool new things, right? And then later on you have your time to like bring back more retro things or spin-off things or other stuff to expand on that. So I think right now we're so focused. Who are the new characters? What are the new system mechanics? What is this world? What's the story? That's like because it's like all the first playthrough, the first adventure, and then when we revisit it, then it's like how is it more exciting? What are all the cool other stuff that we've got here? Okay, Creative Dimwit, are you in the room? Are you? I can restart the league for you. It's Creative Dimwit. Creative Dimwit, are you in the room? If you're trying to come back in the room, let me know. I don't know which player name is yours, so. Let me know if you want me to restart for you, Creative Dimwit. I'm okay restarting the league for you. Okay, keep trying to get in the room. If you guys make it into the room, I will restart the league. I will restart the league for either for a Diva or for Creative Dimwit. So keep trying to get in the room if you can. But this might be the league to go with, and then we start again in 25-30. But let me see here. Zen Minis is you. Okay, yes. Okay, so Zen Minis is you. And yes, I saw you there earlier. Yeah, if either of you are able to jump into the room, I will restart the league for you, when this round is over. But if the next round starts, we're just going to go ahead and play through. So. It's an exciting battle between Karasuba and CHANCHAI'S. CHANCHAI'S bringing on the Aoi. They were playing Eileen last one. Alright. I see, Diva. Okay, I understand, man. I'm sorry. It probably is really tough because we're at the 12 people in the room thing now. Alright. Looks like we're going to continue the league, probably. And then, you guys can I hope you guys might try again in about 25 minutes when we do the next league battle. When we're queuing up for that one. But here we go. We're going to continue the league battle. Sometimes using the PS5 works, but let's do that after this league battle. Let's go ahead and let these fighters fight this one, I think. Yeah. Fighting games do feel like playing a musical instrument. It really does. This game feels a lot like playing, improvisational jazz. I think... Oh no, Rayblade, what happened? Let's pause. Okay, we're gonna restart the league. So if you want to try to come in, try to come in. Rayblade got kicked, so we're going to restart the league battle. We're going to restart. I will see if Rayblade can come in. Rayblade Karsuba just crashed out. Rayblade is back in the room now. So we're gonna restart this league battle. It's only one game in, it's okay. For those wanting to get in, try to get in if you can. Karasuba, you can try to get back in. But we're gonna do this about 3 minutes. So first, we're gonna let people play one warm-up battle while we wait. After this warm-up battle, after the first warm-up battle, we will restart the league. Okay, Rayblade's trying to, let's see. Rayblade's left since there wasn't any communication. All right. Okay. Diva says they still can't get in. Understand. All right. After this, keep trying if you can. But after this game, we will start the next league battle. Yeah. I see. It'll be next time, Karasuba. Next time. Yeah. After this game, we'll start the league battle, and we'll just continue playing that one through. You can't see the lobby at all? Okay, it's 57285. I don't know if that helps, but oh crap, the room completely crashed. All right, well, okay, we're starting a new room. Okay, we're starting a completely new room. Yeah, the whole room crashed out on that one. All right, there we go. Keep trying, y'all. Keep trying. Don't worry, I am in the room. I just put myself in spectator. I didn't crash out. All right, we're gonna do two warm-up battles, and then we will start the league. Yeah, it was like 6 people crashed out at once. Kshar, no. I'm sorry you guys have to deal with this experience. We love the lobby and the rooms. We love the features, but we hope that they can figure this thing out and solve it, because it is amazing when we have 16-player rooms and they're running. During Revo, that was just such a wonderful experience, and it would be like the first 3 to 5 league battles of the night would be all 16 people, and that was a lot of fun. Kshar's in, yay! Glad that you're in. Okay. Or no, they're still trying to get back in because it crashed a bit. I really hope Sega can fix it. I really, really hope they can. It's such a cool experience. Yeah. But we got to work with what we have. So yeah. All right. So again, after the second, there's going to be one more warm-up battle after this. And after that one, we will start the league battle. Though we do have enough people in the room to kind of just go ahead and start. To be honest, we probably should just start. Are you guys cool if I go ahead and just start it? Oh, let's see. I don't think I see K-Shar. Okay, we're gonna do one more league battle. We're gonna do one more warm up battle for sure. So. Okay. All right, we got the 12 here. Okay, Shar's having trouble getting the room. I'm sorry, K-Shar. I wish that it would work out. We've had people been able to get in, but it's probably tough here. $12 is better than 10, which is better than 8, but sorry, K-Shar. Give you a fist bump though. I do wonder if restarting Steam helps. By the way, good to have Iguana the Dawn in here. Shoutouts to Iguana Dawn. I really enjoy their videos. I think it's fun. They definitely represent a new generation, which is very exciting for us Virtua Fighter players to have someone who's really, really representing the younger generations in VF. And they're getting stronger. Like, and they're most importantly they're fun. Their channel is just really fun to watch. So. It is also Iguana the Dawn on their tag. I'm gonna link to their YouTube channel. All right, good luck. Have fun, everyone. Let's do this. Let's see here. So yeah, definitely check out their channel. Their YouTube videos are really funny. They're funny, they're fun, and they're actually pretty insightful. I'm glad if I can contribute to the insight, but no, but I think it's the best part is that they're showing their experience, and they're also just having a good humor about it, which is really good. In this game, it's really strong if you can be pretty humble. This game is if you can be receptive to learning whatever lessons each match shows you, it's really huge. All right, got Bushido versus Edomai right now. So now, if you guys ever go to virtuafighter.com, which is a community website, and Sega has been pretty cool about letting virtuafighter.com keep that URL. Virtuafighter.com has, if you go to the character section, and especially if you go to the wiki, you can go to the section on Taka. And in there, there's a listing of a lot of the things that Taka's opponents get against Taka. These are strings that might be guaranteed on normal hit or recovery hit. Recovery hit is the same thing as basically a punish. It's recovery hit just means you're hitting the recovery portion of an attack. So like the opponent whiffed and they're still recovering, they haven't recovered yet. You hit them during that, that's a recovery hit. A lot of Tekken players and a lot of fighting game players will just know that as a punish. But I like to call it recovery hit. So opponents of Taka get cool stuff on recovery hit. What does that mean? It means like if you block like a launcher by Taka, you have like a lot of ways to punish him just by doing a string. It can be something like the type of string that's like 3 PPKK or PKP for Leon. These kinds of strings are the strings that like you get the full string against Taka on block. So when you figure out what that is, it's really powerful. And I know that Sarah gets like PPP 4K. She gets like all 3 punches and the flip kick are all guaranteed against Taka if she blocks like his launcher. So block it, PPP 4K, and then boom, like blow him up. So one of the big deals, it makes fighting Taka a lot easier when you realize like how to punish him. And so punishing him, like everybody has been given so much punish against Taka. And if you don't know, throwing is also very good against Taka as a punish. There's a lot of cases where he's actually throw punishable. So throw punish and punish period are really strong against Taka. That's the tip for the matchup. And what you can do for that is you can like in the training mode, you record Taka doing a big launcher. Like 3 P plus K, a really big launcher like this, or 4 P plus K P. Have him do either of these, and he'll be like minus 15 on 4 P plus K P when you block it. But you record him doing that and holding guard after it, so that he's guarding after you've blocked this. Then against that recording, you block Taka and you just practice doing strings, and you see which strings will just guaranteed hit him. And which ones, like after you block a launcher, practice the string, and you can see what's guaranteed against him. It's really strong. Really, really strong. Everyone has been given so everybody's been given stuff that really is strong against him just by doing a string after you block big things, or you do the string after he whiffs. Kshar, have a good time in ranked and no problem. But I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the time you spend with us, and it was really fun. Keep it up. I enjoyed fighting your Akira, and I look forward to more battles. Look forward to more training together. Yeah, Sarah has got a lot of stuff against Taka, so yeah. So Killacam, feel free to tell the chat the things that Sarah should do against Taka so that they can write it down and put it in their notes and practice it. It's good stuff. Bonus XP Mario says, I wonder if besides the focus on story campaign mode for VFC, they'll have a time to focus on getting more in-depth feedback for community and game tools. I believe they're going to. I 100% look. I think they're very serious, like insanely serious about this game, and I think they're working on it in many fronts. Right now, of course, the most exciting thing to get the most mass audience is the single player and the story. I do think they're going to do a hub world of some kind. I do believe that. I believe that they're really looking at how do they make this a good experience for people, for all types of players, when they do get into the multiplayer. How do we make the multiplayer just a fun thing to do, an activity, and have relevance? They're working on that. Now we'll see what they do with that, and definitely tell them your ideas. And people in the Discord have been and should continue to do that, because it's really important. They want it to be successful as single player and as multiplayer, and they know that a modern fighting game has hub worlds like Dragon Ball Fighters or like Street Fighter 6's hub world, or Tekken 8's to a degree. But I think, and they know it's important. They know that like you have to make it fun for all types of players. They know it. So I fully believe they're going to have quite an experience. Now, would it look like Yakuza or Stranger Than Heaven? Maybe, maybe not. But we will see. Will it look like Street Fighter 6? Maybe, probably. We'll see. Will it look more like Dragon Ball Fighters. We'll see. Um, so let's see what, but keep giving them your ideas. Keep telling them how important it is because it is super important. But I absolutely believe they're working on that. Like, it's, I will be very disappointed if they're not doing something like that. But I think they are. I do think that because Virtua Fighter's reputation as a competitive game, like there is no like user acquisition with the tools to make you a better tournament player, but it does help the reputation of the game, the vision of being a competitive player. And Virtua Fighter is about competitive martial arts, cinematic martial arts. It is designed with the player in mind for that. So yes, just by that alone, I do believe they will definitely be improving and upgrading and doing modern forms and maybe innovating the training mode space as well. Now that said, they have in the past. So Virtua Fighter 4 is probably the first fighting game with replays. Third Strike is, sorry. Third Strike on Dreamcast had replays. Virtua Fighter 4 on PS2 also had replays. So Third Strike I think was probably the first, or was it one of the collections had replays I think. But Virtua Fighter 4 had replays. Virtua Fighter 2 had training your AI, had training AI training. Um, Virtua Fighter 4 of course had quest mode. There is a lot, and Virtua Fighter 4 had the frame data in the training mode. Um, had the replays, had and Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution would have an in-depth tutorial. So there is an aspect where it's in their DNA to also innovate in the personal training space. I really believe they will. I I know that whenever they go to events, they pretty much hear about this all the time. The tutorial, the training mode, the modern training modes like what Tekken has done, hub worlds, and I believe they've talked about the hub world before. So that I just there's no way they're not doing a hub world because it's the modern way to engage the player in multiplayer gaming. Creative Dimwit says, I need to do formal studies with Aoi. Be happy to help you. Message me on Discord. I am in a group that talks about it. I may eventually compile the notes that I've taken on Aoi and put them out there, and also probably do a video on it. Um, do I have a favorite rhythm game? Yeah, actually the Oendan games are my favorite rhythm game. So I do like rhythm games. I grew up playing them, uh, but the Oendan games are my favorite. Elite Beat Agents also included. Um, I really love Oendan so much. So yeah, Creative Dimwit says, I hope VFC take notes from Guilty Gear Strive. I believe they will. And yeah, the training mode in that game is crazy. It is. Yeah, Ray Blade's favorite Samba de Amigo is really good. Loved Ray and I played Samba de Amigo together because he got it on Dreamcast, and I really enjoyed playing it with him. Bonus XP Mario says some people suggested Warframe like dojo clans where people create their own clan dojos and like I would like that. Like I would like to create replay takeover sets or drills and stuff like that. I would love for the community to be able to do that. Now that said, those kinds of features though, I think there's a streamlining on it, so I don't expect too much on that. Though I do want a lot of quality of life improvements too. Like I love that in Tekken you have index numbers for the attacks. So yes, you could remember them for that, but you could just give someone a recipe for training in the dojo. Of course, we want programmability the way Tekken training mode has programmability. So you want to, in Guilty Gear, right? So we definitely want programmability on like modern programmability or future programmability because that's like so huge. But do these features make them more money? Not exactly, but it definitely helps the competitive space of the game and the player's sense of taking the game seriously and the player's sense of this, like that this game is a higher pursuit of performance. So that's why I think they will go ahead and do those things, but we'll see what they do. But the Dojo clan sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. That would be awesome. Do you think Crossroads are going to add a Taekwondo and maybe Muay Thai character? Well, I think they're going to integrate Muay Thai in probably Brad, but also maybe Stella because she's classified as kickboxing. But that's kind of what they ended up doing with Brad eventually. Um, but Taekwondo, they've already. It looks like they're hinting Taekwondo, right? When you see the foot gloves, and they say that the new character is going to be Korean, a Korean female, that that sends a lot of it's probably Taekwondo, you know. I mean, I don't expect them to do a crossover character right now. Not in not like, and I wouldn't expect them to promote that right now. But not gonna lie, when they tease the character, it's like, are they gonna put Jury in the game? But I don't think they're gonna put Jury in the game. But I do think it's likely a female South Korean Taekwondo practitioner is feels like that's what they're teasing. We'll see what they actually do, but that it feels so strongly that they're teasing that. Muay Thai has traditionally been in the game in forms of kickboxing, but we'll see how they express it, and we'll see how they express even some of the ways Cielo attacks and moves. Yeah, Taiko no Tatsujin's always good. I always like Taiko Drum Master. Yeah. Raveblade says, bring back Cafe Onyx. Hell yeah. DJ Hero is awesome. DJ Hero is awesome. DJ Hero is unique, though. It's weird. It's weird, but it is awesome. Yeah, Killicam confirms Sarah, like you block and you do PPPKK or PPP4K. But also 4P plus K PK for 14 frame, but that's really good. And then the Flamingo kick, 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 kick is like plus 10 against side. That's nuts. Parappa the Rapper is so much fun. I do like Parappa the Rapper. Creative Dimwit says, Chad the Third loves the idea of dojos, and I do too. Me too. I do as well. Um, yeah, Killicam corrections corrected 6P plus KPK. That's the common string with Sarah. Yeah, very good one. It's like a hook punch. Um, yeah, hook punch kick. It's good. Diva likes Hatsune Miku Project Diva F. That's really good. Left since now I'm not connecting with anybody. All right, no problem, Diva. If anybody wants to spar with Diva that's not in the room though, I think Diva is looking for a sparring partner, and he's an amazing sparring partner. Ooh, so Mario says some think it's Takyon instead of Taekwondo. Taekwondo. That's awesome. That's probably true. That's probably true. To be honest, Taekwondo has been played, is like really popular and played. So there's a high chance that they would do something that's a little different. But I don't know much about Taekyon. So Diva says it's a female TKD character who rides a motorcycle and does the Akira slide. I'm calling it. Sounds good. Diva says DJ Hero inspired me to become a real DJ for all. That's awesome. Creative Dimway, I'm sorry you got disconnected. We are going to play through this league battle, but the league battle should be finished. We're about halfway through it. Good to watch Iguana the Dawn versus Edomai. This is a good fight. See how hard it is to guard punish in VF? Vanessa did that launcher kick. And you might not know, you might know it's a launcher, you might know it's guard punishable quite a bit. So that said, Pi can do kick and then do a combo like kick, then punch, punch, kick, kick. This is a really exciting battle between Edomai and Iguana the Dawn. Keep it up, you two. Nice elbow kick confirm. Now Sarah can do powerful okizeme after elbow kick, elbow knee. Now, something I can say about Pi is that was a good fight by both. I do think that Edo Mai had made the really good adjustments in this game, and so that's why at the final round I felt like it was in their favor. But Iguanodon is doing some good stuff. Something that Iguana should know about Pi, because she's got like the 11 frame jab, her single punch. So like a lot of times with Sarah's Flamingo setup, a lot of times you can do that punch to disrupt her and take her off of the normal route, and then she'll have to do other stuff. Now that said, you might be pushing her into doing the just like punch into just frame kicks, which is going to be a lot of damage against you. But I usually force Sarah to prove that she can do that. So a lot of times when I block her Flamingo setup, I'll just jab her. Because Leon has an 11 frame jab, so does Pi. There's four characters with 11 frame jab. It's Pi, Kage, Leon, and Eileen. So those four characters have faster than normal jab. They all do less damage. They do 9 damage though. So they're going to lose on a trade, but they are really good at winning on speed. So Mario says that Taikyon incorporates almost a dance-like stance. Well, that would be really cool because it's a very expressive game. Nelly says, "Did someone say Vanessa? I probably accidentally said Vanessa when I meant Sarah." But yeah, but it's always fun talking about Vanessa regardless. Salute, Nelly. So good to see you. So Iguana, what do I do against Flamingo? Okay, what you do against Flamingo? Well, with Pi, you actually jab. So you block her Flamingo entry and you jab. Now that doesn't guarantee, but it will beat a lot of the things she likes to do because Pi has a very fast jab. Um, Three options you kind of want to do. One is jab. Two is guard more. Three is evade to Sarah's front side. Those three are pretty good. After that, you can start learning what attacks will do against certain things, but those three are pretty good things to do. Once she enters Flamingo, you jab her right away, or you sidestep to her front side, or you guard her a little extra. Now, that's if you blocked and she got into Flamingo, by the way. If she hit you and got into Flamingo, you pretty much should defend. Pretty much got either guard or sidestep. So you can guard normal or you can sidestep to her front side. Away from her front foot. You kind of want to guard, like, is her chest pointing in the down direction? Then you would evade down. Is her chest pointing in the up direction? Then you would evade up. So against Sarah in general, you sidestep against her back, but when she's in Flamingo, you sidestep to her front. Yep, my pleasure. Hope that helps. It takes a while to get used to though, but you are fighting her really well and you are learning, and I see you doing things that are really good. So keep it up. Keep it up. You got it. You got this. I think you two had a really good battle. I do think like Edo Hana definitely like started to understand what you were able to do more by the end of the fight, but you definitely gave him a really good fight. All right, Edomai versus Duran Duran. So this is where we talk about what do we do against an opponent that is doing low punch. The thing you want to get good at is block and then 6p. Now that said, Sarah, if she gets good at doing block and 6p, uh, she can take it another step. She can block and then do 2p plus k. It's pretty good. So later on, if you do block and 2p plus k, what's happening there is you do the 2p plus k, and if it hits them, you hit k again so you can combo. Because 2p plus k is an insanely good move for Sarah. Like, I do think Edo My Sarah will become a lot strong. I don't want them to become over reliant on it, but I do think 2p plus k is a really good move for Edo My Sarah to start working on and building, because it's just so good. You stick it out there. If it hits, you confirm it into a combo. Yeah, that move. So then once it hits, you hit kick again, and then I'll write down the combo. So I just typed it out in the chat that with Sarah, you do 2p plus k. When this thing hits, you hit k again, and this will launch them. Then you do 1k plus gk, you'll end up in Flamingo, and from the Flamingo stance, you do 6kk. Very, very strong combo, works on most characters, very annoying, and Sarah's 2p plus k is a very evil move. Sarah's 2p plus k is the kind of move that exists in a lot of fighting games, but in VF it's not that common. It's a normal hit confirm, very, very safe hit confirmable launcher. Once this, you just stick, basically you move and you see them make a mistake, you stick this out. If you get the hit, you hit the kick again, and then you do the combo. It's really scary. It's really good for duck and punish also. So like if you like block any Jackie like elbow looking move, so it looks like he does like elbow to you, you block it, you crouch dash, and when you see him do the high over your head, now you do 2p plus kk, 1k plus gk, 6kk, and you've done a good combo against him. You can do more because you can do 1k also in that situation, but 2p plus k is the very safe way to try to be like, to see if you got the launcher. It's like fishing for combos. Yeah, add that to your Sarah, but don't become over reliant on it, but definitely integrate it into your game. It's such a good move. It's a very annoying move because it's like such a safe thing for her to stick out. The only concern you have with it is if they whiff punish you, if they like backdash and you went for it. That's the main thing you're worried about. Or if you fail to hit confirm and you do the second kick and then they punish that. Those are the two main things. You're worried about getting whiff punished yourself, and you're worried about, digging yourself deeper. But if you just stick this move out, it's relatively safe. A lot of times you move, you dance around, you strike, you hit them with the jab, then you stick this 2p plus k, and if it hits, then you do that. Now that said, another thing I don't see your Sarah do much, okay, awesome. Yeah, keep it up, Edohan. I'm cheering for you. I think you're gonna do go with this. Yeah, the swipe launcher, really good. And so the fact is what's scary about this? You fight somebody doing like a kick sabaki against you. Okay, we're gonna be doing like the swipe. You do somebody doing a punch sabaki against you. Okay, we're gonna be using the kick launcher. It's really scary. Sarah's moves are just too good. Like they're moves you can do safely for the most part. That's Sarah's strength, is that she can be really safe, and if the opponent makes a mistake, she gets to punish them. Like she gets to just feed on it. Um, she's very effective at that. She's very effective at playing safe offense that can be like, if her defense and her offense is not risky, she can play this like low risk way that like can really tax an opponent's patience, makes them really want to blow her up. But then if they make a mistake, she gets like she gets free lunches. She gets combos. Yeah, it's a very strong slap that the swipe. Um, Chokan's good to see you, Chokan. Says, hey Chanchai, I finally got the chance to play an arcade perfect port of VF1 with the new emulator. Oh, it looks beautiful on that emulator, by the way. It was surprisingly a lot smoother and more interesting than I thought it would be. I actually wonder if it plays smoother than the arcade, if I'm being honest. Can you talk about what it was like seeing and playing VF1 for the first time? I can. Okay, so first time I remember seeing Virtua Fighter 1 and playing it, I think it was at Laserport, which was a laser tag place that was popular back in the day, in Portland, in the Beaverton area. So, and it might have been before that I played VF1, to be honest, but the vivid memory I have was, the thing was Virtua Racing had already come out. So I'd seen Virtua Racing. And growing up as a kid, you see, of course, the music video, the I Want My MTV, right? By Duran Duran, I think. And that's not the name of the song. That's just everyone will know what song you're talking about with that. So you saw 3D graphics there. You saw 3D graphics in Transformers the movie. You see 3D graphics in a lot of different forms. Of course, Tron, but you see it in different forms. So we knew, so it's not like we didn't know 3D was coming. A lot of us knew, we just don't know when we'll see it in games. In video games, you mostly saw it in vector graphics. So vector graphics always looks so cool, even though it looks black with it. But vector graphics is like a laser. It looks like laser. So vector graphics were always really cool. And you had a sense that it was calculated mathematically because it was just such a nerdy thing, right? And so everyone kind of knows 3D well, someone like me that consumes a lot of media for a kid of that time kind of is aware of 3D graphics. But we don't really have polygonal games, but I believe that they were coming. And we do have some games that use them. But in the arcades, you didn't really see it until you saw Virtua Racing. Virtua Racing definitely stood out, and so Virtua Racing was the first impression. So there is the idea like, oh, I would like to see a fighting game use it, and Virtua Fighter comes out very quickly after. So we get the fighting game. The first experience seeing Virtua Fighter 1 it's interesting. I'm impressed with it like on a technology standpoint, but I don't know if my peers are. I don't know if other people see it as a blocky looking game or if they see it as something really cool. So then you play it, but the thing is we're used to playing Street Fighter, which had given us smoother gameplay compared to like Street Fighter 1, right? And Street Fighter 2 games stood out because of the smooth gameplay. So Virtua Fighter 1 feels slower. It looks cool. And as you play it, you realize, yeah, there's no fireballs. There's no magical attacks. So then you go, oh, I guess this is something like, and I was already a fan of martial arts, So then you're like, oh, this is like a martial arts fighter. So this is reminding me of Karate Champ. So as I play it, at first I'm worried it's too slow. But the more I play it, the more I find it really interesting, even though it's so different than playing Street Fighter 2, right? You see the jumps and you're like, wow, this jump is really high. So I'm coming at it as someone who played fighting games a lot. So the thing is now that said, I liked it. And the thing that really drew me into it and the thing that had me committing quarters into it, because normally I went to Wonderland where I would pay 10 cents to play a fighting game. But at Laserport, I'm paying 50 cents to play a fighting game. But I really wanted to play Virtua Fighter because I was intrigued and because I played every fighting game. And as I played it, the more I played it, the more I did like it. But it did feel, quote unquote, back to basic because you realize maybe I should do PPPK, PPP2K is what I start at. You don't really appreciate elbow yet. You kind of know you got that move, but you feel like you're stuck, right? So what I would say is the experience was I really did like it, but I wasn't sure how I felt about it, except to say this was pretty cool that it exists. Congratulations, Bashir. That's really awesome. But graphically, I am impressed with it, but I'm worried that my friends won't be as impressed by it. But I think it's cool. But it's 30 frames, and you do feel like you can feel that 30 frames when you play it. It's not bad. It's just it's good. But virtual racing and virtual racing, you could see the sense of speed because you're driving, because you're in a race car. But a lot of players like me, I'm such a gamer. I go to the outside view, the faraway outside view, because that's going to be the easier way to play it. So I ruin the experience, right? The people that really that you could see really enjoying like virtual racing is playing in the first person perspective. That's how you get the real experience. I'm too much of a gamer. I'm gonna jump out to like the max view and just be like, I don't want to crash into anything, and I want to plan out my turns, because I'm such a nerd, right? So I'm not playing it in like the way that you really should be playing it, to be honest. However, this is what I can say. I was very impressed, and I did like it very much that I played Virtua Fighter. To be honest, I liked it more than I realized because I was playing Virtua Fighter 1 like a lot. Whenever it's available, I was playing it. I wouldn't tell people that that was my favorite game or anything like that. It wasn't like that. But I would be like, but something about the game feels good. But Champion Edition is already out, and hyper fighting I think is already out at this point, and hyper fighting feels really good. like nothing is gonna touch hyper fighting. Mortal Kombat found its way because Mortal Kombat 2 feels way better than Mortal Kombat 1, and SNK games were finding their way. I think SNK games felt rough back then. Like I liked Fatal Fury. It still felt rough compared to Street Fighter, but it felt good. It felt better than a lot of other fighters. Samurai Showdown, I love Samurai Showdown, but it definitely had a tougher feeling. Like like this, I don't feel so smooth, right? Well, Virtua Fighter 1 kind of feels that way, but the more you play Virtua Fighter 1, the smoother you play it. It's kind of like that with all the VF games. So for me, the thing that blows my mind though is Virtua Fighter 2. Like once Virtua Fighter 2 drops, which is less than a year later after Virtua Fighter 1, Virtua Fighter 2 drops, Daytona 2 drops. Oh my gosh, we're in a new era. That's like when you know it's arrived. Like that's why Jensen Huang keeps talking about Virtua Fighter 2 and talking about Daytona, right? Because that's the one that makes like boom. like oh my god, like gaming has to go this way, Now that said, I know 3D's it eventually will go to 3D. But Virtua Fighter 2 and Daytona are the games that really sell it. But that said, because I loved Virtua Fighter 2 so much, and I eventually buy a Sega Saturn because of that, instead of a PlayStation, I end up loving Virtua Fighter 1 even more because I played it while waiting for Virtua Fighter 2 to come out, I'm playing lots of Virtua Fighter 1 at sleepovers with my friends. Like, I have a sleepover at my house, we play it, have a sleepover at another friend's house, and we play it a ton because parents aren't telling us to go to bed. I played so much Virtua Fighter 1 when I brought the Saturn to my friends' houses for sleepovers. And that's when I saw how much I loved Virtua Fighter 1. And that, like, Virtua Fighter 2, of course, super amazing is the game I'm waiting for. But I really got to fully appreciate the Virtua Fighter 1 gameplay on the Saturn playing it with friends. And that's kind of true here, right? You know it more when you play it with people. And of course I love it when I'm playing with computer. I can do that all day myself actually. But you really feel the gameplay in Virtua Fighter when you play with people. That's why it's not a surprise, a lot of people I've met who it was a family member that got them into Virtua Fighter. Fathers and sons, brothers playing it, stuff like that. Brother and sister maybe. Boyfriend and girlfriend playing it. College friend playing it. Virtua Fighter 1 has always kind of won over when it was more social. Not in a way that's different to me, that stands out. And I think its gameplay has always been that sort of communicative aspect. I think the huge revolution for Crossroads is how good it is as a single player game so that you can get that satisfying experience as a single player. I do think that was a missing ingredient, right? I think Virtua Fighter single player was never really a focus. And in a way, it doesn't always win over that way, except for me because I already love it. So when I already love Virtua Fighter 2, then of course I'm going to play the single player a lot anyways at the arcades. But I also played with a lot of people. But Virtua Fighter 2 and Virtua Fighter 4, undeniably, people see it and they play them in the arcades. I saw that a lot. That with Virtua Fighter 2 and Virtua Fighter 4, people could just pick up and play and love that game like a lot. So both of those. So that's how I remember my experiences with it. And you can see that I treasure Virtua Fighter 1 when I played it with friends. And as I love that franchise, I pick up a Game Gear because like long after the fact, so I can play Virtua Fighter Animation on it, which is Virtua Fighter 1 ported, right? And I don't mind playing Genesis Virtua Fighter 2 either. I'm impressed with what they accomplished there. That said, 32X Virtua Fighter 1 is a really good like remake, port, whatever you want to call it, even though like the squares on the stages are not going to be as big. But Virtua Fighter 1 was really okay. We're going to start the next league battle right now. So let me see if the chat's sending. Okay, 2 scoops is in, right? Yes, they are. Good. I'm worried that I kicked somebody out. All right, I will definitely respond to more questions. So thank you for that question. I think it's a wonderful question, and I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, but VF1 is actually really good. The more I play it, the more I like it, and I'm really grateful for a Virtua Fighter remix. And I can't believe Sega gave that for free. So that was like mind blowing that Sega gave Virtua Fighter remix for free to existing Saturn owners. I do think Virtua Fighter 2 won so many people over. Tekken 1 is rough. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's a big difference. Now, that said, Tekken 1 looks so cool because the throws look so cool. Still mind-blowing, though. Tekken 1 comes out after, in Japan, Tekken 1 comes out after Virtua Fighter 2. But I do think Tekken 1 is really rough to play even now. Tekken 2 was way better to play than Tekken 1, but still kind of rough. Tekken 3 is really good. Like Tekken 3 plays amazing now. Tekken Tag plays amazing now. So like yeah, Tekken 3, Tekken Tag, but I really liked Tekken and Tekken 2 since Tekken 1. I just thought it was cool. I liked playing, like, the thing that impressed me so much with Tekken 1 was playing as martial law and doing the Bruce Lee throw, like running up the opponent. It's like I want to do that all day. So cool, right? Not just doing the flip kicks and the combos. It felt so good running up them and doing the crash down throw. That was so cool. Virtua Fighter was cultural phenomenon in Japan. Yeah. I have not seen Tekken Tag 1 Turbo. I gotta check that out. That sounds amazing. Let me see the messages I missed though. That said, I think Virtua Fighter 2, Ray and I didn't talk to each other at the time, but I saw him at the arcades quite a bit, and I can tell that Ray really liked Virtua Fighter 2 like I liked Virtua Fighter 2. Like I could tell that from back then. And like Ray and I consistently would play VF2 like at Wonderland. Like that was a game that like I could feel that he wanted to play it as much as I wanted to play it. So you kind of know, you're like, yeah, people who know really know, like this is the game, and Ray and I still remember my battles with Ray, but we were not friends yet at that point. And I had a wonderful memories from back then. So, yeah. Edahana, no problem. Keep it up. Keep it up. But yeah, the 2 moves that I listed, I think you're gonna enjoy. Okay, Karasuba has a good question. Is Sarah and Jackie's somersault unsafe? Same on block, different frame. It is completely unsafe on block, so why does everybody screw up punishing it? Everyone screws up punishing the flip kicks because they have so much guard stun that that people buffer in the punish and it doesn't come out because they still have to wait just to get into 12 frame input window. So the 12 frame input buffer is when you can input a buffer. So before your character recovers, you could input as early as 12 frames before you recover. But in the case of these flip kicks, imagine that you're trying to punch in your move 20 frames or 30 frames before your character has recovered. And then so when your character recovers, you realize late that your character didn't do anything. That's why everybody has trouble punishing the flip kicks. Even though they have all that time, it's one of the cases where the input buffer, everyone tried to buffer in the punish, but they inputted it way too early. You have to like really wait and then input the punish. This is why a Tekken player is more likely to punish than the Virtua Fighter player, because in this case, the Tekken player was going to wait anyways till they recovered, and they recovered so much before the opponent has like been recovering, so that they have enough time to recover and do the punish. So a Tekken player is likely to actually do the punish against flip kick, but a Virtua Fighter player is likely to screw it up because they inputted it too early. Because the guard stun is like some 30 frames or something. So it's just like a ridiculous amount of frames that like you're stuck waiting to do something. And this is a game where you're supposed to input your next move early. So this is like the case where you're supposed to really wait. I'm glad that Creative Dimwit got to enjoy the pie fight. But Mario says, I remember a big cabinet of Mario 64 and his big head, and I thought it was revolutionary. I do not remember a big Mario 64 cabinet. I mean, I remember kiosks like in my era, but I don't remember a big cabinet. That's cool. Mario 64 is a really good game. Still a great game. Yeah. It is really impressive how timeless that game actually is. Ray first saw VF at Clackamas Town Center. I remember that arcade near the ice skating rink, right? So yeah. Hypergrav first played VF on Saturn. Wow, that's quite an experience. For the Saturn to be your first intro to VF is quite an experience. Ray said, since Samurai Showdown was also out at that time or very close to that timeline, yeah. Like I think a lot of us love Samurai Showdown, but it definitely felt like, not as smooth. It felt rough, but you understood that you're supposed to go for the kill in that game. But once you felt Samurai Showdown, it was so good. So I remember how much hype there was with Samurai Showdown. Like I love Samurai Showdown so much. I also really liked Art of Fighting, but I felt like that was also rough until you got to Art of Fighting 2 or 3. King of Fighters, I think, was rough until you got to like 96 or so. But yeah. Hypergraph says the first arcade machine was at GameWorks, probably VF3. That's really cool. I was jealous of my friends in Seattle for having a reliable place to play VF3, but none of them would play VF3, so... Yeah, reversals feel really good. In VF2, they do. And Pi had chickens, right? Pi actually had chickens. She could reverse reversals. So funny. She doesn't have it anymore, but she had it all the way. Did she have it all the way through the 4 series or VF5 Vanilla? I think VF5 Vanilla, she might still have them. I can't remember the last time Pi had chicken. It's probably VF5R. Yeah, Two Scoops also loved VF2. Like, VF2 is magical. Like, holy cow, that game, that's the game that ushers in 3D. You're like, it's beautiful, it's fast, 60 frames per second. You understand why 60 frames per second is good because of games like VF2. The PC version of Virtua Fighter Remix was good as well as VF2. Yeah. That said, like, you have to get something that slows your PC's clock to play them. But yeah. Yeah, and Chokan said, I'm surprised VF1 still has tournaments in Japan sometimes. They're on the YouTube. Yeah, Mikado's amazing. I love that arcade. I hope that arcade can keep staying alive. I really do like Arcade Mikado a lot. The one in Ikebukuro. The 3 Shuns at Beaverton Wonderland. Creative Dimwit said, no problem. I'll definitely send you Aoi notes. My pleasure. And I love playing VF with you too, so thank you very much. Thank you for joining with us. So Karasuba has, is there a way for me to buffer get up to escape? Is it usually the guard or PKG and then direction output? Ever since 3 months ago, it's just a direction plus any button, any guard, punch, or kick. It used to be all three and a direction, but 3 months ago they made the change so that it's any button and direction. So you can just I press guard in a direction. Yeah, for the tech rolls. Now that said, if you're on the ground and you didn't tech, the way to get up fast, the manual wake ups, you can do them fast. I press a direction and guard if you want to roll, and you could either roll away, up, or down. You cannot roll forward. And so if you press up and guard, and then after that mash between guard and punch alternately, like I'll go like do 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 do, right? So guard, punch, guard, punch, guard, punch, but just do it like this. Or down and that, or back and that. You can do that to roll quickly. If you want to stand up quicker, spin the stick while mashing punch to do a manual stand up quicker. If you want to get up with a rising attack kick, then hit kick for mid, or down and kick, and then after that like hit a bunch of buttons like P and directions to make it faster. Mashing does actually, like, I don't want to call it mashing, inputting really fast, really like nailing a lot of inputs within a time window does matter. Can definitely speed up the wake up. In Virtua Fighter 3, you can wake up really fast if you're really good at doing the method of like mash between guard and punch and spinning the stick really fast. But you start by hitting the direction and guard and then like that. And so in VF3, there are some players that can wake up at an insanely fast speed. But yeah, I would love to see the Tag 1 Turbo. That sounds so cool. The one that Harada and Namco never released? It probably was hardcore. Like, Tekken Tag played at a good pace, though. And on the PS2, that speed of Tekken Tag was really beautiful in motion. Like, I think Tekken Tag looked really beautiful on the PlayStation 2. Ray said VF2 wasn't popular, mostly college adults. I don't know. I saw it pretty popular at arcades when I went, but it was mostly adults. The thing is that Virtua Fighter 2, Ray has a good point there. A lot of the fighting game community back then, there wasn't community, but a lot of the fighting game players were teenagers. But when you played Virtua Fighter, almost always I was playing with college students. Like almost always, it's like 17 to 30 was like the age range for Virtua Fighter, like a lot in America. Almost at any era when I played it, it's almost always more appreciated by adults than it was by the kids. So I think that was like very consistent. I think that's true still to around the world, you know. But it was so huge in like Japan and Taiwan and Korea, and during VF2 and VF3, those games were really huge. Now China had a Final 2 hardcore following, so. Yeah, Kasano commented on punishing flip kick that sometimes they have to dash in to do the 3K plus G punish. To do Pi's 3KG, yeah. I wonder if it's just, Ray, when it comes to the N64 cabinet, I wonder if it's region. I wonder if it's like certain countries had that. Maybe Europe, but I have never seen a N64 cabinet. Two Scoops says, do mid-air attacks connect on a flip recovery like Sarah's 66K plus G? Never tried it. I haven't tried that one. You should try it. Vanilla VF4 on PS2 was really awesome. I agree, Karasuba. It's so good. Evo also. But Virtua Fighter 4, and a lot of people love the main menu screen on Virtua Fighter 4. With the puddle effect, with the water effect, so cool. And the sound effects were so PS2 era. Ray also says, I played a bit of Ultra Zone out in Milwaukee for VF2 and was teaching people Akira. Yeah, well, I definitely remember Ray Blade playing Akira because he always was showing off Stun Palm of Doom. He would show off Stun Palm of Doom a lot. I probably didn't appreciate Knee, or I don't remember Ray doing any like EI Gary techniques, but because in America I don't think we knew about those until we watched the Korean players way later when VF3 was already out. But Ray was showing people Stun Palm of Doom and a lot of stuff with Akira. Yeah, Chokon says VF2 is pure Sega arcade action. Jackie's theme from VF2 pretty much sums it all up. Yeah. Right, it says VF1 competed with Battle Arena Toshinden MK3 at launch on Saturn. Well, when the PlayStation launched, but here's the thing: Toshinden might not be a very good game, but it looked really, at that time, Toshinden looked really beautiful on magazine ads. The magazine ads showing the PlayStation like 3D graphics, Toshinden looks really beautiful when you look at like, and at that time it was colorful and bright. It Toshinden did look beautiful. So that's why you'll see reviews complaining like that the Saturn one wasn't as good of a port, and that and that everyone admitted that Toshinden for its time looked very beautiful. It sold the PlayStation quite well. Of course, as a game, not the best. It's not as terrible as people might want to remember, but it's not that great. It's very mediocre, I think, as a game, but it was beautiful, and it did have fireballs for a 3D fighter. And it had sidestep move, like a sidestep button, so you just cartwheeled over to the side. I am very much glad that I got a Saturn, right? Like a million times glad I got a Saturn. But I did end up liking the PlayStation, but here, I'll be honest, I did not get a PlayStation for myself until Metal Gear Solid came out. That's how long I waited. Now that said, the game I loved playing on PlayStation when I borrowed my friend's PlayStation was, of course, the Square Enix fighter. So that, like, the one that would look most like Virtua Fighter, so yeah. But Virtua Fighter 2, I mean, it's just so good. Like, I don't think any 3D fighter really comes to compare to VF2. Well, and VF3, but like, even if like VF3 didn't exist, I don't think it's until Tekken 3 comes out. So look, I like Soul Edge 1 and 2 a lot, but the game doesn't feel that smooth until Soul Calibur. But I really like Soul Edge and Soul Edge 2, like a lot. But Soul Calibur is when that series really found its real identity, and it has my respect, because I think Soul Calibur is like, that's supposed to be the gold standard for a fighting game everybody should like, right? A fighting game that your cousins can play, your parents can play, your grandparents can play it. It would be fun for almost everyone, like Smash is, and yet it could also be competitive, and it also it had a console vision of doing a lot of single player stuff and doing all these things it should be doing, right? So it's really sad when they're like, Soul Calibur died, and you're like, really? Like, this is not the game I expected to die, right? So this is not the series I expected to struggle, because this thing does so many things right. Soul Calibur really does so many things as a game right, so I don't know. But also, it's just that fighting games were very niche, and I guess that's the reason you want to hit mainstream numbers with Soul Calibur. So MK3 I did like. I personally liked MK3. I definitely like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 more than MK3, but I liked MK3 quite a bit. It is very hot this week, and yeah, hang in there, Seattle, for tomorrow. I do like the mini games in Tekken. I am glad they put Tekken Ball in Tekken 8, but I didn't enjoy Tekken Ball the way I thought I would. Tekken Ball it feels like that mode that you should definitely be enjoying, should be streamed, but it didn't click with me in Tekken 8. And Tekken Ball was the mode I wanted to click with me in Tekken 8. Yeah, Rayblades hated Tekken 1. I think I was enamored by the graphics of Tekken 1, but because I mostly played it single player, I mean, I'll be honest. And I wasn't trying to master it, but Tekken 2 still felt tough, but felt smoother than Tekken 1, but still tough. But yeah, Tekken 3, holy cow. That's when Tekken series, like, oh my god, it's here. Now Tekken is serious. This game feels really good to play, and the characters, and at that time Jin Kazama looked really cool. you know. He looked like kind of like the idea, like kind of what you wanted the hero to look like. So yeah. And Eddie Gordo did, like, I played Eddie Gordo right away. But look, I guess here's the thing. I was already a student of Al DeCoscos, right? And his son is Mark DeCoscos. And Jin Kazama kind of looks like Mark DeCoscos. But Mark DeCoscos also made a movie, Only the Strong, which featured capoeira. So I wanted to play the capoeira character because I thought that was awesome, you know. And so, there's the DeCoscos link for me because Jin Kazama to me looks like Mark DeCoscos, and then we've got Eddie Gordo who's doing capoeira, and then all the characters I already liked in Tekken 2 or in Tekken 3 or new versions of them, and then Tekken 3 just feels really good to play. So Karasuba, so I'm not sure which buffering you're talking about for Tekken or which about round start buffering. I will say Virtua Fighter, there's actually no buffer at round start, but it feels like there is because the game's when the game says ready and go or ready start, it prompts you really well so that you time your action pretty well because of that. Kasano said, my uncle blew my mind when he let me play. Panzer Dragoon Y is one of my favorite games of all time. So Panzer Dragoon Y, which Kusano says is he let him play Panzer Dragoon Y on Saturn. Panzer Dragoon Y is one of my favorite games. It might not age as great in terms of the visuals, but the speed of play and the gameplay loop and its design is so fantastic. I have all of the Panzer Dragoon games, and yes, I have Panzer Dragoon Saga. Yes, I love Panzer Dragoon Saga, but Panzer Dragoon Y is my favorite, like by a lot. It's such a good rail shooter. It's like the best in my view. So, have I seen a tournament in Japan for the elderly? I've seen a few. Japan does tournaments for the elderly for VF as well. There is a 50 plus cup. And you like the completive aspect. That's always fun too. That's the really fun part with console games is satisfying our completionist needs. So the combo breaker tournaments were sick. I need to watch the combo breaker tournaments for Tekken Ball. I need to watch Tekken Ball tournaments because I want to see what I'm missing because Tekken Ball is that game that should be amazing, but I just didn't enjoy it in Tekken 8. Iguana says, do you have any games on Fightcade that you recommend? I'm going to be playing and reviewing a few for a video. Okay, so like, it's going to seem lame because of the theme, but I honestly really like the game Toy Fighter. Toy Fighter is more or less Fighter's Destiny 3. And that game is a point fighting game, but it's really, really good. And there are guides on these games, on Fighter's Destiny as well as Toy Fighter. I'm not good at these games, but they're awesome. And they are decision versus decision. So I think those games are great. I'm a huge fan of Virtual On 2. Virtual On Oratorio Tangram on Dreamcast. That said, I don't think there's much of a community playing it on Fightcade, but it is on Fightcade. But I'm a big fan of Virtual On 2. And Ray is a big fan of Virtual On Operation Moongate, which is the first Virtual On. The two have very different paces. Virtua Fighter 2 or Virtual On 2, you get to be very twitchy and fast. Virtual On 1, you got to make really good decisions because making a mistake will get punished at a high level. But they're both awesome games. I'm a huge fan of the Virtual On series, but I don't think there's much of a community for them on Fightcade at the moment. So I couldn't say much. Most of the communities that I've seen on Fightcade are the 2D fighters that we know and love. So yeah, the jump from 2 to 3 is really huge on Tekken. It's so night and day. It's so night and day. The input buffer is so different, and yeah, like every time I go back and try to play Tekken 1 and Tekken 2 not so much, but when I try and go back and play Tekken 1, it's really brutal. Like it's really like you feel like I don't know, it's kind of torture. It's really really tough because and you feel like you're gonna make a mistake, but it's not like the same way as virtual on, though someone could compare that. But no, but virtual on one is so good. But um but basically you just feel like you're punishing just for doing basic stuff in Tekken 1. Yeah, Virtual Stick High Grade is wonderful. You can still find good price on Virtual Stick High Grade, by the way. A lot of people were unloading them a few years ago, and they do require mod work. Like you want to get a longer cable, you want to replace the cable and replace the PCB. But if you do that, the Virtual Stick High Grade's amazing. Yeah, I loved visiting both Seattle scenes for Virtual on 1 and Virtual on 2. Ray knows that I used to hang out with the Seattle Virtual on 2 crowd. Well, actually, technically the Virtual on 2 scene was in Auburn, Washington. But yeah, and then Maple Valley. I really liked those guys a lot. Okay, so Karasuba does not like point running games yet offense. So yeah, no problem. Yeah, you might not like Fighter's Destiny, or if you don't like point matches, you probably will not like Fighter's Destiny or Toy Fighter. Yeah, Tekken didn't have walls till Tekken 4. Yeah, but I did like Tekken 4. I mean, not necessarily competitively, but I thought it was fun and interesting game. Seattle's arcade era was really cool, but back then Marvel 2 just really dominated, so it was really hard to get friends to play Third Strike back then, which is, if you can believe it. Yeah, Kasana says wise graphics, art direction, the music and gameplay was sensory overload for you as a kid. It's so good. It's such a lasting moment that very few games gave. Yeah, it's still. I agree. That's how I feel about Zwei. Like I just freaking love Panzer Dragoon Zwei. Yeah, the generations do pass, and yeah. I mean, Seattle had very interesting has had many different generations of interesting players and communities, but commuting through Seattle has always been a tricky aspect though. So, but yeah, I was thinking of illusions as well, Rayblade. So yeah, there's illusions. Um, yeah, but I'm also remembering the eras like Game Clucks and Game Breakers, even though I never went to those places. I just chatted with their owners like a lot online. So, and but yeah, I did not go to Landworks, and that would have been cool. So also in the Pi matchup, when you fight Pi, a lot of times your punish is going to be PK because Pi is mostly -13 or -15. And the -13 is calming enough that PK punish is really important to eventually do more against her. All right, that was the last round. That league battle went through. Hope you all enjoyed that very much. Yeah, Karsuba PK is good. So with Akira, don't forget PK gives you plus. So PK into dashing elbow, PK into throw, PK into guard break. All of these are good things to do. So PK into dashing elbow is like the starting point. You do PK punish, then you dashing elbow. They should fuzzy guard that. Um, yeah. Got to bring in the Lao as well. Lao is just too much fun to play. Hey, Durandran, thank you so much. I hope you had a good time. Good game, Sanakon. I hope you had a good time as well. It was the Pi League of Doom. Good fights, yo. Good fights. I'll do probably one more league battle. We'll start it in about. We'll probably start it after 2 games here. Then I'm gonna work on some stuff and prepare for some stuff tomorrow morning. But this was a lot of fun, everyone. We're gonna do another league battle, but it'll probably be the last one for the night. Of course, you guys have been here many times when I said it's the last one, and then I'm still here like 2 hours later. So that's usually because someone shows up and it's like, oh, okay. But no, tonight I really do got stuff to do, but it's really, really fun. And, we still get our hours worth. Yeah. Keep training up the pie. I've been playing Lao for about 2 years. Now my Lao, I don't think my Lao is that complete, but I do think I have a scary Lao. So I think my Lao can be intimidating, but I don't feel like it's that complete. There's so much more I want to do with it, and it's definitely not maximized. It's just that I play a lot of combat decisions with it. So yeah, Berserk. Well, Berserk is a very good Pi opponent. Also Elson, right? Dark Speeds is a very good Pi opponent as well. Kasana says all this talk about old arcade games. I hope the VF6 team doesn't forget about the feeling of an arcade game when. Well, the thing is okay. We have to be honest. Virtua Fighter Crossroads is the first time that Virtua Fighter is being focused as a home game. By home, it means it could be desktop, it could mean on the big screen at home, but it's made for console, made for PC. This is the first time Virtua Fighter is doing this. It doesn't mean they're going to get rid of everything that was traditionally strong about VF, but there's definitely a big shift in its focus. It's true that Virtua Fighter has always represented arcade, and that is why the VF legacy exists, to kind of cherish the arcade era. And Sega will always cherish the arcade era. But Virtua Fighter Crossroads is definitely being built focused on as a home experience. And so that definitely means some change in focus, but I think we're still going to get a lot of what we love, and we're going to see a lot of newer interpretations of stuff we've loved. So the thing is that, well, I think Sega definitely wants to have, the sense of speed, you know, excitement. I think they've always tried to carry certain excitement. And so I think, Virtua Fighter is going to have it. Virtua Fighter they know that Virtua Fighter has its merits that need to be preserved. That you can't get from other games, and that they just want to show it to more people, get more people to appreciate it. And I think the stuff they've shown so far has me convinced they haven't forgotten that. Panzer Dragoon's a tough one, but I think I would love to see Panzer Dragoon continue. I do have Panzer Dragoon Saga soundtrack on vinyl, the re-release soundtrack, which is awesome. So we'll do one more game, and then we'll start the next league battle after this game. So yeah. I I think that there are a few members from Team Andromeda that are still around. I just don't know where. I don't know where they all are, and I do think a lot of stuff is new talent because it's been so long. But similar to VF though, there is some veteran staff though. I want to believe it anyways. So very nice hypergraph. I like that 1P. Oh no, the room crashed. We're gonna have to we're gonna restart the room. I'm gonna create a new room right now. I crashed out too. I crashed out of the room as well. Oh my god. So okay, here we go. Yeah. All right. Of course, we're gonna have that experience. Here we go. All right, let's do some battling. Obvious Creed's in the room now. Edo, you can see what my Lao is like. So yeah, you guys saw that I posted a new room. So I created a new room. Do not join the old room. Go into the new room. Those I given you the ID and the passcode for the new room. Very good. Nice. Nice. All right, here we go, Edamai. The Netlink modem was great. That was really good. Keep it up, Edamai. You're doing great. Really good battle. Good stuff, Edamai. All right, hang in there, ba. Very good games. All right, let's see if we're ready for the next league battle. Get ready for the next league battle. Is ba in? Not. Yes, they are. Okay, here we go. Edo Hano, how are you feeling about your throw escapes? That's going to be the question I ask. You can answer anytime. You don't have to answer now. But let me know how you're feeling about your throw escapes. That was really good. Let's see. Good game, Ray. That was a lot of fun. That was really, really fun. I was gonna say, oh, we'll definitely have to work on the throw escapes at Ohana, because I have a feeling, because my gut tells me that you might not throw escape much, but it becomes important, and it becomes something that you always do when you're vulnerable. Like almost anytime that you guard, you're not guarding. You're guarding and you're throw escaping. And anytime that you're vulnerable, you should always have a throw escape in there. The exception is only 20% of the time, and the exception is you're inputting your next move. Otherwise, throw escape should be there, and it's something that we can work on. It's definitely something we can work on. Because, like, I could tell you which direction I'll do throw escape or throw, and that'll change things. And then you'll see how much I throw you, even with that. And you'll probably escape a lot of them, but you'll realize that it takes a lot of effort to build it. But that's how we build it. Very good. Very good. Nice. Very good.
Nice. Yeah, it's a habit. You don't have to react, but it has to be built in, and you just pick a throw. It doesn't have to be accurate. Just mechanically build it in. You can just pick a throw that you don't want them to ever use against you. So, like against my Lao, probably back throw. But like for example, if you fight my Lao, just go. He's never gonna get a back throw on me. That's all. Don't even worry about which throw I do. Think of it as a win if I do neutral throw instead of back throw, right? Because you're lowering my damage. Man, Avatar looks so good. I do want to pick it up. It's true that I'm buying less games than I used to, but Avatar is one that I kind of want to get. Very nice, Ray. Nice one, Creed. Black Phantom, it's going really good. Having a good one. So on a Virtua Fighter Beginner Dojo um, Discord, I explained to some players about throw escape that in this game, if you want to think what exactly is a throw tech, in this game, throw tech would be attacking. Like when you realize your opponent is going to throw, when you know they're going to throw you, the answer is attacking them. It's, like do a launcher, any attack. In that sense, that's similar to a Tekken throw tech. You could react, kind of. What throw escape is not exactly the same answer. Throw escape is just a way to protect your decision to guard. It's the way to protect yourself. So it's just a layer of armor that you do. So instead of thinking that you have to tech the throw with throw escape, just think that throw escape is just a habit you have to defend yourself in case they throw. And then when you believe they're going to throw, the more confident you are they're going to throw you, the more you should do attack as a result, because that's the actual answer. And in that sense, well, if you could react to a throw with attack, that's similar to Tekken then, right? Yeah. So that's kind of the mindset that I was trying to help people with. All right, Karasuba, here we go. This is my Lao. Very good. Using sidestep, excellent. Very interesting way. I think Cursor was doing an interesting way of playing. It's pretty funny. I do like it, but it is fun. They're like afraid of throwing too. So we'll do this then. quite an adjustment. I like it. There we go. That was really interesting. You did a lot of attack and evade, so it's like which those are honestly strong answers against somebody that's doing mix up. So that was pretty scary, especially in that first round. Good game. Good game. So I like that you are working on sidestepping too. Like you're working on that, and there was some interesting, really scary stuff that you do. And you also would like double evade if I did a certain response. So that was really interesting too. It's really cool. That was really scary, and you like double evaded and got to my backside. It's pretty cool. So, all right, good game, Karasuba. Keep it up. It's good to see you mixing up between last week you were more passive, this week you're more aggressive. I like seeing you working on all this. It's good. I'm really glad. Is Enfeng in here? I didn't realize Enfeng is in here. Yep, awesome. So happy to see Enfeng in here. It's been a while. It's good to see you. I hope we get to fight next month. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So in this match, I'm only going to be doing back throw if I can. Good escape, good escape. And then remember, it's still a fight even if I escape. So we're still fighting. That was awesome. Keep it up, Edomai. Nice. I like the tempo changes. That was beautiful. Excellent. That was a really good round, Edomai. Keep it up. It's really trippy, right? I wanted to show you that trick. All right, good fight, Edo. Good fight. Really good throwscapes. Keep it up. And I'm glad that you followed the lead on that. You could see the different vulnerabilities to throw, and you could see sometimes your opponent will have a way to set up throw that's unexpected. So in this case, Lao's 1P, the low Hadouken, when it hits, he's in position to throw the opponent. So so you just got to be ready for that. Yeah. It's a surprising one because he's so low profile. Throwing is like the last thing you're going to picture in your mind, but he can throw right away after he hits with that. Well, he doesn't have guaranteed throw on Lao One Piece. Just that he's so close to the opponent, and he's got plus. So with that's enough to throw someone. Like they can just attack, but a lot of people are going to defend. So that's why they like. It's like you better think about the throw. Nice, nice. That was beautiful, Creed. Very good. This is a great round. Excellent. I like the sidestep dashing elbow. Excellent choices here. Let's do this. I like that so much. I like the super dashing elbow usage. That was beautiful. That was so good. I like this again. I like your choices. I like when you do super dashing elbow. It's so good. Good game, Creed. That was a lot of fun. I'm like, feel free to hop over. You played awesome. I love the super dashing elbow use. I really liked your precision on the super dashing elbow. Very scary, very effective. I understand being scared of the wake up. No problem, Edohano. Keep it up. Keep it up. Those escapes are going to happen. And then later on, if you want, I do have a guide on the Yomi, the reading on throw escapes and like strategy. If you want to read that guide sometime, it's on virtualfighter.com. It's CHANCHAI'S throw escape theory. You can Google search it and you'll find it. You gotta hold guard here. Good game, Enfeng. That was intense. That was always so much fun. Very good game, my friend. And you're probably like play very different from Jamie. So, like we all have very different Laos. Good game, my friend. Good game. Very nice Jean, by the way. I like your Jean. I like the way you played the corner there. Though I do think should commit to an option, but I think you were trying to set up wall, which is scary. But yeah, good stuff. The two P's indeed, yeah. Hey, Portland X, no problem. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you and the family are, getting good oxygen intake, because the air is not so clear right now. But hope you're taking all good care of yourselves. Really, really happy to have you here, my friend. Yeah, don't worry. Lau has trouble with two Ps also. Jean has trouble with two Ps if he tries to use string pressure. But yeah. True. I'm showing the scariness of throws here. So, like, we'll work on the throw escape for splash, please. All right, here we go, splash, please. Nice. Very good. Beautiful. Very good. Oh, good game, my friend. Good game, Splash Breeze. Had a real kung fu battle here. Very fun kung fu battle, my friend. It's like this. How are we doing with that? I guess when an American does this, it looks like Power Rangers. All right, hypergraph. Here we go. This is the domestic violence situation here. Parental abuse. Very good. That was a beautiful fuzzy under the throw. Nice. We kicked feet. We kicked feet right here. Good games, Hypergraph. Good games. The orbital, yep. Alright. Good games, everyone. Thank you very much. The wild uppercut. Now the wild uppercut's a huge one though. Earlier there was a guaranteed one. So if Lao guard breaks you from the side, he gets a guaranteed one. Congratulations, Enfing, that was awesome. So yeah, so if Lao like does like a guard break from the side, he gets a guaranteed big uppercut. At which time are players at ranked? It's hard because it depends on the players. Because at the high level, there's some ranked players that play late at night, but most of the time it's daytime, like afternoon. I would say afternoon West Coast time is usually traditionally has been a good time for rank, because it's like East Coast evening and then West Coast late afternoon. But I don't play ranked enough to know what the pattern is currently. Last few times I've played rank, I've been able to find opponents. I just don't play rank that much myself because not as much time, but I do like it. I just rarely play. Yeah. Oh, my pleasure, Creed. Thank you very much. It's great having you all here. I'll play a couple games and then I'll call it a night, but this has been a lot of fun for me. And I hope you guys had a good time too. Splash Freeze, thank you very much. I hope you had a good time. And yeah, let's keep it up. And I'm looking forward to hanging out this Saturday. Karasuba says, I appreciate the opportunity you gave everyone. I found a new reason to play Vive again. I'm really happy that you have. Karasuba, keep it up. It's fun watching you explore stuff and experiment, and keep it up. Keep it up. You get stronger with experience, right? And I'm really happy if you got a new reason to play VF. Baba, it's really good having you back. So I really missed having you, and I'm happy to have you here. So thank you so much. I'm really excited to see you again in LA. So it's fun. Don't worry about messing around. I think the good thing with our dojo sessions is people do chat. So when people do chat, they can communicate, they can understand each other better, and there's less of a chance of being like jerks. But also, I won't tolerate if they're jerks. So. I see. Alright. Whew. I like this costume. It's definitely a Rayblade costume. Good game, Ray. Good game. I'm gonna punish the side steps with the delay attack here. Good. Thought I sidestepped this, but apparently not. Nice. That was beautiful. All right, here we go. Hey, good game, Karasuba. Wait, this is like my last run, so I'll be jumping out of here soon, but I'm just gonna play a game with each person. So, glad I think I found the logic to your attacks. So that's what I was going for. So, seeing like the chaos that you were bringing on, and then which way that I think is gonna go. I see. You're going for the hard read. That does do it. It's very scary. You have some scary good hard reads though. I see. Hypergraph's playing patient. So now I'm going to create situations. That said, if you play this patient, Lao's 4P plus K becomes really good. Because there's a 20 frame attack. So if you play frame tight, he can't really use this attack. Once you play delay, like once you're like waiting, then he can start doing this move. Like this move is one he wants to use. And so that's where it's hard balance keeping him on frame tight versus not. But if you keep him on frame tight, like low punch will interrupt a lot of what he does. So he has to like make a lot of correct choices. Nice. That's such a scary Okizeme. Nice. Very good. Pi having a guard break would be way too much. I don't want her to have a guard break. Very good. All right, here we go, hypergraph. Very good choice. That was a good idea. I read it, but it was a good idea. So, good game, my friend. Yeah, Lao's got the guard break. Lao's guard break is very strong. I used it on hypergrav on the side and got the launcher from it. Very good game. This will be last two games, and then I'll jump off. But this was a lot of fun, everyone. I appreciate it. If I lose, it'll be last game. But very good. Lao has so many powerful things against Taka because this sidekick punch is one of them. So if he knows this sidekick is gonna like hit, it's so good. Very good. Excellent. That was really good, Baba. That was really good. Really good round. Really, really good round. All right, here we go. That was an excellent round. Keep believing. Keep it up. Yeah, whoever gets host will start the new league. That'll be awesome for you guys. Good game, my friend. All right, this will be last game, and then you guys can do league when I jump out because it'll pass host to somebody. I wish I could designate the host, but that's, you know, for Crossroads. Very nice match, Baba. I enjoyed that a lot. Really good second round. Hypergrav, you were doing really well with evades. Your game was countering evades because your game was making evades bad. Your game was making evades bad. Very good. Like before, I am going to be using back throw exclusively. Very good. Very good, not letting him do it. I thought I did 9k plus G, it didn't come out. That was good though. Like right here, I don't know why it didn't come out, it came out as PPP. I don't know. Very good. Excellent. That was a beautiful round. Here we go. Good game, I don't mind. That was intense. Good game. That was a really, really fun battle. All right, I'm going to jump out. You guys should play leagues, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. All right. You guys can tell me in the chat who became the host. So good games, everyone. I had so much fun. We're going to find somebody to raid. And again, thank you very much for coming to the dojo. Let's see what questions, if there were any. No problem. Anytime. Keep it up, Edahana. You're playing fantastic. So I really like seeing how your game's developing. And so I know that you're ready for those tips. Your throwscape really got a lot better. It was really good. So keep it up. And so mechanically, you have the throwscapes, but keep working on it. A lot of times you'll get used to, like, you'll start to build the response of like knowing, like, when your opponent counter hits you, that's a time to be doing it until you know what you're going to do next. So keep that up. So we got quite a few people here. We do have Bababa streaming, so I think I'm going to raid Bababa if they're still in the room. Did they jump out? I see a black screen. What's that? Don't know if Bababa's still in the room then. Oh, you're going out. Okay, no problem. No problem. Let's see. Ooh, we do have Riz 1, and I do love CVS 2, but let me keep looking at the Virtua Fighter first. But Riz 1's an awesome channel as well. IRV Rod and McMoney. Maybe we do this. I don't hear. I gotta turn on. Gotta set my sound settings to hear them. Set my sound settings. Hearing my own Twitch, my bad. Okay, let's support IRV Rod because I like supporting new people that are trying Virtua Fighter. So you guys feel free to give advice to them. Feel free to hear them out, and maybe they're pretty strong, and so you can have good conversation. But that said, either way, it's always fun to support more streamers that are doing VF. So let's go ahead and support IRV Rod, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers. All right, here we go. Thank you so much. Cheers.